Amanda.
We're back.
Hello, we're back. We're back. What Woman Binge? Here we are. What do you how you feeling today?
I feel really good.
Feeling good?
I'm excited.
Good. I'm getting comfy in my sofa here. I feel like we're good to go, right?
It feels like home now.
All right, well, here we go. What Women Binge?
Girlfriend needs a crock pot.
Okay.
Do you own a crock pot?
I'm sure.
Every day I tell her stuff about myself that she doesn't know.
I'm just like,
That's good. That's
I'm a very interesting person.
obviously, that's why you're here.
So, Amanda, what are you into right now? What are you into? What's like your thing?
Well, this week it has been soundtracks. I've been in the car a lot.
Soundtracks.
Yes.
Like Les Miserables?
I mean, I'm not against it.
Movies?
Movie
theater?
soundtracks.
Oh, movie.
And mostly like tied to my teenage years. So like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay. Give me a Hamilton? What are we talking about? No,
No.
that's
That was
earlier. Yeah,
recent.
that's later.
So my most favorite soundtrack of all time, Garden State.
Okay.
I mean,
I have the funniest reaction to Garden State because if you ask my husband how I feel about that movie.
funny you should ask this or say this because I did
you
ask
ask
your
him?
husband and he did respond to me.
What did he say? Wait, can I guess?
Yes.
Can I guess?
Hang on. Let me pull it up.
Okay,
So
okay.
I can make sure it's verbatim because I have a feeling. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to guess that he's going to say she thinks it's the greatest movie of our generation.
And I quote, she claims it's the greatest movie of all time. And I vehemently disagree.
He gets so mad at me and if anyone brings it up, he always goes, "Oh, the greatest movie of our generation." I love that movie. It was so great. It was so well done. Zach Braff did a beautiful job directing it. Natalie Portman, like great movie. So the soundtrack, it's like a 90s soundtrack, isn't it?
No, it's like kind of emo.
Oh yeah,
I guess for the time. Speaking of emo,
Yeah.
we've got a guest coming in the future.
Yeah.
That-
the godfather of emo.
Totally fits this. Anyways, so
What else?
the
What other-
Shins are on it, which I forgot how much I loved the Shins until I turned on this soundtrack the other day and I was like, oh, I miss 2004 or
Oh my
whatever
gosh,
year
I'm
that
gonna
was.
listen to the soundtrack on the next time I'm in the car. What else? What other soundtracks?
So, okay, basically, I guess I'm a Zach Braff fan. If he makes a movie, I'm going to love it. It doesn't matter. So he did a movie called Wish I Was Here. It was one of the first kick-started movies ever. And Logan and I supported it, and we actually got to go on the set and meet the cast and do all this stuff. It was great, but the soundtrack is phenomenal.
So good.
But he made Garden State, so it makes sense.
Yeah, some of
But
these movies, I feel like the soundtrack is so important. Like Quentin Tarantino, I'd love to ask him someday, actually will listen to, come up with music while he's writing. So I've been dabbling in the screenplay writing world recently.
Has that worked for you?
I love to come up with soundtrack as you go, but also it's a little bit of a distraction. Like it's a little bit like, oh, I'm going to listen to 17 million songs, or I ask Alexa to play 5 million songs for me while I'm trying to write. But I don't know if it's a way of avoiding writer's block or keep the train on the tracks. But I do like that approach. So I wonder if Zach kind of works. You know what? Maybe we should have him on and ask him.
Oh, I think
Donald Faison's a good friend of mine.
And he loves podcasting. He has a great podcast.
Yeah. They have a great podcast. We should have them on. Maybe both of them together because they're like total lovers.
Okay, other number one soundtrack that I can never get enough of. That Thing You Do.
Oh, I've never seen it. I know. And we did that Tom Hanks marathon
How are
during
we
lockdown.
friends?
And I've never seen that movie. I don't like musicals, really.
It's not a
I know that's
musical.
terrible. I've never seen Hamilton. I've never seen, what's the witch one? Oh my gosh.
The which
Wicked.
one?
I've never seen Wicked.
You've
It's
never.
terrible. I grew up on Broadway. And
Who are you?
it's
I
hard.
don't understand.
I grew up with all sisters, and so I watched Les Mis, and I had friends like Lacey Chabert was in Les Mis, and like all my friends, my sister was in the play Tommy, and I spent my life around Broadway, and I had friends in Miss Saigon, and so I saw those ones over and over and over again, but never really explored other ones, and never really am interested in seeing new stuff. I only want to watch the stuff I know. Like if I listen to a soundtrack, I'm listening to either Les Mis or Miss Saigon. Like those are my
the Les Mis
go-tos.
soundtrack is beautiful,
Oh my
but
gosh.
it's only for depressive episodes. I need it so I can
totally
cry
bawling,
through it
yeah.
and get my feelings out.
I'm just there in the car going, who am I? 2, 4, 6, or 1. Yeah, that's me. That's me like belting out Jean Valjean.
Yes.
But that's it for me with soundtracks. Right now, I finally watched the second season of The Great.
Oh, I just started it, so no spoilers.
Okay.
I made it through the first season,
Okay.
and I'm in love.
Is it so good?
It's so good.
It is the most perfect show because it is funny. It's got like a slice of history in it, which I love, which makes me feel like I'm kind of multitasking. Like I'm not just binging a show.
Something.
I'm
Even
learning
if it's not
something.
true.
I'm loving the visual. Like the costumes are like I can't take my eyes off her cleavage. I want to wear a corset. I think I need to because
I think we'd hate it, but it would be awful. I think I'd love the way I looked in it, and then would hate the actual active wearing.
What's her name? Who's Haley Steinfeld? Who's the character Dickinson, Emily Dickinson in the show Dickinson? She just posted something about. The last day she had to wear the corset, and she was so like happy to be in the corset for one last day, but done with it. And yeah, no, those things are torture for sure. But that's why women used to faint all the time. Those damn corsets.
But they look so cute. And
oh my gosh, that show. I will tell you that for the SAG Awards, I'm voting for the entire cast
of
as an ensemble. Yeah, I mean they are just. Every one of them is just spot on. The directing is so perfect. Like I watched a show last night. I watched Station 11 finally. The directing threw me off so
We have to save that conversation.
Okay, save.
But I
Pause.
loved it.
So we'll get there. I did not get it. Okay. But then like with The Great, it's like every single element hits. Like every person's doing their job from the production designer, the actors, the director, the writing is it's so funny, but also so kind of
gross,
powerful and important. And even though it's gross. And even though I wish the language was a little lighter because every time the kids come in, of course, they're like dropping
You cannot
F-bombs
watch
and
it
C-word
with children awake.
Oh no.
Gosh, I love it so much.
It's so stinking funny. Just some of the lines they come out with that are laugh out loud. I rewind it, I videotape it, send it to friends. Like this is one of the funniest lines in television.
It's brilliant.
It's so brilliant. And the second season, I have to say, like the first season I loved, although I think historically she's supposed to kill him. But I think for second season they had to bring, if you know anything about the show, you know that he's in the second season, so you know he's not dead yet. But I feel like I was a little disappointed by the end of the second season, only because I guess I didn't see it coming. I feel like it ends on it just felt like the end of an episode, not the end of a season, you know?
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if I hope they bring it back
renewed?
because it hasn't, I don't know. I haven't looked that up. Let's look that up. We'll look that up and find out.
We should see if we could get Elle Fanning to come on.
Oh my gosh. I have like such a girl crush on her.
I know, me too.
There's so many funny things they do. Even the makeup in that show is so brilliant. Like her mom comes to visit and she gets a rash. And this whole episode, she has like this funny little rash on her chest and her cheek. So it's really, every element of it is just well thought out, brilliant, funny, entertaining. It's not one you're going to fall asleep during.
No.
But you really have to keep the kids out of the room.
Yes, for sure.
But let's talk about our guest today.
I am so excited about our guest
today. Okay, I don't usually have crushes on guys that I don't know that I've just seen on TV, but
this one's a cutie.
Our guest today is kind of a little bit kind of bummed he's here with his wife because I'm a little flutter.
Well, she's equally
gorgeous,
stunning,
and amazing, and they're both a fantastic celebrity duo. So let's talk about Matt and Angela Lanter. So he is an Ohio-born actor, right, and a model, and he gained popularity by playing Liam on the spinoff of 90210. He has appeared in movies like Sorority Row, Vampires Suck, and Pitch Perfect 3. So fun. But many of his people know him as Anakin in Star Wars, Clone Wars, the Star Wars Rebels shows.
Yes.
And he even has a pup name, I don't know how to say this, Ahsoka, after Anakin's Padawan.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
We're big Star Wars fans in our house.
I love Star Wars, but
big Matt Lanter fans.
I don't know the voices. I don't know. I know the movies. He has voiced many video games as well, which is really super fun. And he appeared in episodes of Monk, Grey's Anatomy, Heroes, Big Love, on top of lots of other things. And to keep it in the Star Wars family, he actually guest starred a few years ago on The Mandalorian.
That's right.
But my favorite work from him is Timeless, which was an NBC show, super popular show. I think I will have to ask him, but I think it was brought back by fan demand. I think it was one of the shows that was brought back by fan demand.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and he played Wyatt Logan, and it was literally probably my first ever real binge-worthy show that was on currently, as opposed to like something like Friends where I binged it.
This is perfect then.
I'm so excited to meet him, you don't even understand. But some might say, or he might say, his biggest accomplishment was marrying his better half, Angela. Angela was also born and raised in Ohio. Her first job was as a hairstylist and makeup artist for photos, weddings, special events. She got pushed into a real job away from the beauty stuff and chose a job in insurance. And after 7 years, went back to her passion, started her own website, blog. She's a YouTuber.
It's huge.
On a channel called Hello Gorgeous. That was in 2013, where she started doing her own makeup tutorials instead of watching others. So maybe she can give me a little makeup tutorial.
Yes.
I want to know what went wrong there. If she's had any fails, which
I'm
would be
sure
so fun.
she has. All the best artists have.
Hello Gorgeous also has its own book club.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm excited. I always wanted a book
love
club.
books.
I know. I always wanted my own book club. I constantly try to start them every city I move to. She's the first ever winner of Pop Sugar Select Spotlight Award and was featured as the #1 shop style lay down campaign blogger.
Yes.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds important.
Girl is important.
And so Angela and Matt, they started dating in 2009. They were married in 2013, and in 2017 had a beautiful baby girl, McKinley.
Who is literally her mother's clone.
Gorgeous. Yes, little thing. So if you haven't looked at both their Instagram photos in your feed, you are missing some serious cuteness, especially Matt, just saying. But anyway, let's bring them in. Are you ready to talk to them?
Let's do it.
Let's get the Lanters in here. So Amanda, right now with the pandemic and everything, people are really struggling.
Absolutely.
At home, and a lot of people are reaching out for therapy, and a lot of therapists are really, really busy right now.
I personally have been in therapy multiple times during my life. It's extremely helpful, but in a time where we can't always get out of our house or it's not convenient, we're working from home or our children are home virtual schooling, we have places like BetterHelp to give us what we need.
Yeah, so you can go to BetterHelp. It's a great place to connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours.
Yes, and the best thing is you can send a message to your counselor through BetterHelp anytime.
Is there something that's preventing you from achieving your goals, or is there something interfering with your happiness? You can check out BetterHelp. That's HELP.com/WWB. It's not a crisis line. It's not a self-help line. It's professional counseling done securely online.
And you'll get thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. And this is a real person that you'll get to talk to on the other line.
Yeah, and you don't have to sit in a waiting room. You're just there. You're just talking to your counselor, and it's all convenient. It's professional. It's affordable, and it's all very confidential.
And these people are professionals. They're licensed counselors. They specialize in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger.
Yeah, they help with sleeping. I love that one. I mean, grief, family conflicts, LGBTQ matters.
There's a lot that they can help you with. And if you have any questions about this or want to know what other people have to say, you can check out their testimonials. They're posted on their website.
They're posted daily on their website. Also, they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. So they're loaded up with counselors ready to talk to you because they know that right now is a crazy time in the world and we're all struggling through it together, and they want to be there for you. So I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you're going to get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/WWB. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/WWB. And they are sponsoring our show today, and we are so thankful that they are doing that.
Join over 1 million people who've taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/WWB.
Look, we all have heard we are what we eat, right? But we know how hard it is to plan and prep each week. It's redundant. I have to eat 3 times a day.
But you know what helps?
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
But Splendid Spoon can help you. They send you plant-based, gluten-free, ready-made meals, and they're delivered right to your door. It saves you a trip to the grocery store, and you don't have to buy those specialty ingredients that can add up and be really expensive.
Oh, yeah. My fridge gets so loaded down with sauces and stuff.
You know how many hemp seeds I have just floating in my pantry?
We have 7 ranch dressings in our fridge. I don't know why we need that. So look, creating and sticking with healthy habits is difficult, especially when the to-do list is a mile long. But there is Splendid Spoon. That's where they come in.
Splendid Spoon believes that plant-based eating is the single most effective tool we have to feel our best day in and day out. When you make a habit out of plant-based eating, it allows you to be the best version of yourself with side benefits like more energy, weight loss, improved sleep, and better skin.
I want all of that.
I do too.
I want all of those things.
It helps that it tastes delicious too.
It's good. I know.
Everything is so good.
They have this one little tart cherry shot. Have I talked about this
The
before?
recovery shot.
The recovery shot. And I just found out from a nutritionist that's a great thing to do for your muscles when you're working out like we have.
Yes.
And just as a little recovery shot, it's tasty, it's quick, and you get it in your system. And the soups, right? We love the little soups.
All of the bowls and soups have been delicious so
I had a
far.
spicy lentil one that was delish. So listen, you guys at home can get started, and you can save $35 on your first order of delicious plant-based meals at splendidspoon.com/BINGE35. That's splendidspoon.com/binge35.
Thank you, Splendid Spoon, for sponsoring Let Women Binge.
We are so excited to have our guests here, the Lanters, Matt and
Hey,
Angela.
we're excited to be here.
Yeah, we are.
Thanks for being here. We love having fellow Nashvillians
Yeah.
I
in the
still think
studio.
it's villain.
She thinks it's
Nashvillian?
Nashvillian.
I like it so much
Nashvillian.
better.
She named our new
Yeah.
hockey team, like a hockey team. Like we should have the villains.
Wouldn't that be great?
It's not bad, yeah. And it kind of makes us feel like we're
much more
like
fun.
edgy.
Yeah,
More
there you go.
intense,
Yeah.
right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Funky.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, I have so much to talk to you guys about. So, Matt, I was a huge fan of Timeless.
Thank you very much.
It is really hard for my husband and I don't know if you guys find this, but it's really hard for my husband and I to find something we can watch together. And that was one of our like, let's go watch Timeless and like try to get 2 episodes done or something, and like,
Yeah.
and it was on network. So we watched it every week.
Yeah.
It was one of those like, oh, we have a new one in the TiVo. Let's watch it.
Right.
And so exciting. And it was such a great show. And
Thank you.
I have to ask you though, was it a show? Did the fans bring it back for a season? Was there something about
Twice.
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
right?
twice.
Okay.
Yeah, twice. So we were
okay.
just canceled, and then you guys know what upfronts are.
Yeah.
So we were canceled, and then like literally, I think it was the day before the next season upfronts, they decided they were changing their minds, and so we literally hopped on a plane.
And that's the day we found out we were pregnant.
Oh, that's right. Wait,
Yes.
Day.
Yes. So the show got canceled on Thursday. Friday, we found out we were getting
what's that,
canceled.
babe? I gotta go.
Yeah. Saturday morning, you get a call from Sean.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
And then Sunday, you were on a flight to New York.
Right. So
Yeah.
so we did
Yeah, it was
second
crazy.
season, and then the third season, which really wasn't a season. It was a movie. It was like a wrap up movie. But yeah, the fans totally brought it back. That's like the consensus. People that actually watched it really seem to love it. But enough people didn't watch it.
I know.
I guess.
I feel like it seems like it's network television just has a hard spot, right? I feel
yeah,
like
it's
right
like
now.
an antiquated model.
Yeah, but it
Everybody's
was-
used to just binging what they want when they want, as
Totally.
opposed to having appointment television, which is unfortunate. I kind of miss appointment television.
I mean, I
didn't
think
know about Timeless until we started talking about it, and she was like, "That's one of my most favorite."
Well, she was
shows."
like,
yeah,
"We have to have
yeah.
Angela on," and I was like, "Well, what about Matt?"
And I love time travel, but it's just one of those things with network TV. If you're not looking for it, you don't necessarily know it's there. It's not like the streaming services where it's in your
especially
face.
now. And I mean, that was 2016, I think. And
Yeah.
and even then, it was like on the cusp of things changing, like everything going to streaming. And
That was the year of Stranger Things, I remember, 2016.
Yeah.
So it was kind
yeah.
of
when it really picked up.
yeah, when it was evolving still.
yeah, and I just think that like things have changed now, and I don't know, like maybe if the show came out now,
They
it'd
don't
be a
give
little bit of a
things time
different
to develop.
thing.
I feel like, but you guys came out of I mean, that first episode really spoke to me because that was the one about the Hindenburg, right?
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
the first
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's I'd never known anything about.
Right?
I felt like I learned again. We were just talking about this earlier because I'm a huge fan of The Great because it
I've
hits on
never
all
heard of that.
Oh, The Great is about Catherine the Great, but it says an occasionally true story at the top.
Okay.
So it's like, historical bits, but it's just fabricated and fantastic and
It's
funny and
so
raunchy and amazing.
I'm gonna have to watch
but
it.
what I love about it is I feel like I'm multitasking because I get a little bit of history and I get a little bit of fun
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah.
And I felt like that with your show, like,
Right.
there's this fantastical element to it, but it's so fun to go back in these times and imagine what would happen if you were like, Nazi Germany or like you guys got to, and not only that, but as an actor, I can't imagine how amazing it was because you get to dive into all these pieces, all these different characters, all these different people, all these different times, costumes, the whole thing.
Yeah, it was definitely unique. It felt like a huge show for us. God, like the first 4 to 5 episodes, we were exhausted. The 3 actors that we were in almost everything, and oh man, it was a lot.
They were literally doing 20-hour days some days. Like it was
man.
insane.
We went to Vancouver, and she loves to cook, and she would like cook me this great meal. I would come home and literally fall asleep like sitting up.
Like with
and I'm
the-
not
the
one of those people.
plate
that
in
fall-
his hand.
Yeah, because I was just so exhausted.
And
Bad
like-
for me, or were you
I was
mad?
just like, I just want you to talk to
we
me.
did.
I'm totally alone in a. I mean, you say Canada is an important country, but it is. It's a different country, and
Our marriage was a little rocky that year.
yes,
yeah.
Because I was just gone all the time.
And
Well, and you had a
I
really
didn't know
physical
anybody there.
role. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if you were
Yeah.
And your role was so physical too
It was.
because
Oh my gosh, yeah.
they all were, but especially you because you're playing ex-military, right? Or
yeah, and
military.
I was always like fighting and learning fight choreography
Yeah.
and just like I mean,
and in certain costumes and stuff, I can imagine that was really
God,
difficult.
I split my pants one time. we were doing this like it was a French Indian War episode, and we had this thing where we had to scurry away because they were after us, and I went to climb this fence thing, and my wool pants like literally split wide open, for everybody to see.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Out of all of the shows that he's done, though, I feel like he had the most fun on that.
Really?
Just like the trio of you
we
guys
laughed a
with
lot.
Malcolm and Abby, like you guys just had a blast.
Yeah,
and
it was a
I
good
loved
cast.
visiting because I knew because I know what show he was or episode he was doing, but it was like I was actually walking into that time era. It was awesome. Like when for the pilot and like literally they staged an entire street and you'd walk down and every car was 1930s and everybody was dressed in 30s. And then
you love historical stuff
I
like
do.
from the
I'm a nerd.
World War
I
II
am too.
forward.
Like I'm old Hollywood, so like when they did the old Hollywood episode on when we went to Paramount, I was geeking out so hard. I was like,
so
Oh
jealous.
my gosh, her dress was Katharine Hepburn. Oh my gosh, like I was,
That's so cool.
And that's the show that I actually am still salty about getting canceled. Every day.
I am too. Just
I
so you
get-
know.
yeah.
Let's bring it back again.
Please.
Can we?
Like every
You did 3 seasons then?
Well, it was 2 seasons in the
two.
movie.
2 in the movie.
Yeah, 2 in the
If
movie.
you brought up Timeless, I mean,
I
I
have.
love that.
It's just
Thank you
so
so much.
almost every
It literally was
conversation
probably
we have.
one of the first shows I felt like I like my husband and I watched as appointment television, as you know, in succession, like couldn't miss that kind of thing.
Right.
And not that the episodes could kind of go out of order. I mean, you're missing a
they were
little
sort
bit
of
of like
contained.
the underlining, you know, the bad guy that you're chasing. But I feel like it was so smart and it was so fun and it was honestly it's so hard for us to find something that we watch together. But do you guys watch like? Do you find time to watch stuff together, or are you more like
every night.
We pretty much do.
Every
Yeah.
night we watch something together.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
you agree on it.
yeah, because I think being in the business, like
say.
I'm open to pretty much anything.
'Cause he can
Like,
see-
even if
he
it's
can
like a
see-
chick
yeah.
flick, like I'll watch it. Like,
Yeah.
you
Because
know.
you'll watch the nuances and you'll
Yeah, I
watch the
appreciate things
performance and
about
he
it.
appreciates things that
But same with her. Like she likes you like action stuff
I
too.
do. I like everything.
Yeah.
I'm just not picky.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
So
documentaries?
Except for when he puts on the NASA channel. Like when I first moved to LA, I would walk
You're
in.
telling that for a story. I don't watch NASA
He used to. I'm not kidding. And it would be the space station. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
All right,
Like,
but how cool is it to watch people
It is
live
so
stream
cool.
floating
I
in
think
space?
it's cool too.
Wait, did you see?
Freaking awesome.
A few weeks ago, I posted on my Instagram. There's this. I just learned that I think it was Mark Kelly, although it seems more like something Scott would do. That he was in the space station and snuck a gorilla suit
saw
up
we
there.
watched that yesterday.
I saw it.
I
It's amazing.
was like, I
So
thought it was the
funny.
funny. I think
Yeah.
I like laughed so hard I peed. It was like the funniest thing to see him chase an astronaut. Like what's
Comedy
going
and
through their
pranks
heads?
and NASA. Like
Yeah.
I'm there.
Well, I'm just trying to get behind the astronaut who thought there was an actual gorilla on board. Or
I think if something
Small
furry
security
is
breach.
chasing you in general, your first
Something
instinct
large
is
and furry?
run.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
you
that's
can't even
so
run.
space.
You're just running in place.
I mean, maybe
Gravity
he thought it
or
was
no
an
gravity.
alien.
It
You
was
know,
so
like you
I
just
know,
never know what that thought was.
like I just love that the first instinct seemed to be there's a gorilla on board as opposed to somebody snuck a gorilla suit on board. Like that just is the first instinct of like the
Sure.
fear
It's natural.
over the like what's going on here.
well, because that's logical thinking. But like when you
but these are
Nobody thinks
astronauts.
logically in the moment.
But these are astronauts.
That's true. They are trained.
if
to
anyone
think
has to like
logically.
work under pressure.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He was fast though, man. They must be shy.
Right, and he couldn't even put his feet on the ground.
It was so funny. I don't think I've ever seen anything as funny on social
were
media.
crying.
I was literally crying. I even posted myself crying because I was crying so hard. And I had done some ab work the day before, and I was having a hard time breathing. I was like,
That was your ab work for that
it was.
day.
It was. That's true. That was my recovery.
So what are you guys watching together right now?
Yeah. What's your
I
thing?
made a list of like some.
So
like I can't
Oh,
prepare.
tell us.
Tell us what you're binge.
So I said
love it.
it's old news, but we're actually watching Friends right now because I've never seen Friends all the way through. I mean,
He's
I've seen
with
like
you people and not watching things.
I'm the same way until I met my husband because I never watched television until I met my husband, which was 20 years ago.
Did you watch your television?
20 years ago. I didn't. I had a TV in my bedroom. It was only for when I was sick. Like I remember watching the last episode of Seinfeld only because I'd had my wisdom teeth out and I was sitting there on Percocet. And I watched the last. I think I ran to the bathroom to puke, and I never had Percocet again. But I was watching the last episode of Seinfeld with a group of people that were invited over, but I was like not present. But then I met my husband, and he's like, he can't go to sleep without the television on. So it's see, and I'm the opposite. I have to have it off. See, and it's my husband falls asleep really quick. I put his head on my stomach. I like rub his little bald head, and I'm like, "Hey, watch your TV." And then I move him aside and I go to sleep.
Wait, is this nightly? Do you
Just don't even start.
so people do this for their husband?
Pre-baby, I used to give you back.
Hold on, you have a
scratches.
young one. Mine are older. They're not like.
Well, she's 4, so
This
I
is
don't
like
really
the second or
Yeah, but
third
mine are
time we've
not.
heard now of.
Who was the other one? I don't remember the other one.
It was Doug, down in Sea Island.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, he got back scratches like
He's
every
got
night.
5 kids, so I really have no
Anyway.
They
idea.
say
All right.
comparison
You know what?
is the thief of
Later
joy.
on, you guys
I
are,
know,
you guys
you're
are
right.
young. You're good.
You're right.
You're good. You got time.
You
But
get to go to sleep next to this. I mean,
It's true. It's true. That's why I
Don't
put a ring
complain.
on it.
it's
I don't
yeah.
look like that's what I'm gonna vote.
wait, Friends. So
Yes.
you're in. So did you have you watched it before?
Yes, actually, not until he was filming his last show, Jupiter's Legacy. He was filming in Toronto. I was living in Ohio with our little one, and because that's where we're from originally. And I just had a lot of downtime, so I watched Friends from start to finish because I had always caught.
Yeah,
you know,
pieces.
like TBS reruns, or even when it was on originally, I'd watch it, but I never
Well, and
watched
if you have
it
it
in
on
order.
TiVo, it's like you're getting this season from this channel and this season from this channel.
It's
and you're
never
like,
in
wait, what?
order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know, and you kind of have to pay attention a little bit as far as like, basically who Ross is dating,
Right.
Yeah, there's a through
Who
story. for
Jennifer
sure.
Aniston's,
Yeah.
and who's traded out whose apartment. How far are you through it now, Matt? Or-
We're at the end.
She just
Rachel
had her
just had the baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and Joey just accidentally proposed.
Oh wait, Rachel, that's not the end.
It's close.
It's like
getting
season
close.
8,
Two
right?
more seasons.
Yeah.
Two
3 more.
3 more seasons?
11
Yeah.
seasons.
Oh,
There
wow.
was
I didn't
11
know
or
that. I didn't know
10.
that.
I think it's 11.
Oh my gosh.
So it's crazy. It's my husband. We met and he was into it. And of course, in the beginning of a relationship, right, you'll do whatever to like make the other person happy because you're like, you know, being your best self. And I knew the director of Friends, and so I took my husband to a live taping. It was the only live taping I ever went to that like wasn't my own show or a friend of mine's, and it was only because he was so into it. It was the second to last episode. But of course, we're sitting there, and it was like kind of boring and slow, and we were like, "Can we go?" I was like, "Can we go now?" And we left.
I think
Now I
I've
regret
been
that.
to a live taping of Clarissa.
Really?
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Were you-
'Cause you guys used to film at Universal,
At Universal,
right?
Florida. Yeah.
How have I never heard this?
Every day I tell her stuff about myself that she doesn't know.
I'm just like,
That's good.
we've
That's
been
good
I'm a
together
very
so long.
interesting person.
Yeah, obviously that's why you're here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because wasn't it on like one of the studio tours?
It was part of the Nickelodeon tour at Universal, which is actually where this is. This is from Double Dare. This was built for me by the prop department, which I don't know why it's not. It wasn't on the set, but it was like part of. It was symbolic of all the Keith Haring and stuff that we did.
Yeah.
But yes, it was part of the tour. So you would go through. What you would do is you go downstairs and you'd go through like the wardrobe department, the gack and slime kitchen where you get to taste it, and then you go to you walk past the hair and makeup, which was embarrassing when I was like getting my roots done.
I don't remember that. What
then you
I
go
remember,
upstairs.
I remember like a glass hallway or
You were
something
upstairs
that overlooked the
looking
sets.
down. Yep. We weren't allowed to wear anything Mickey Mouse. That was a very big rule because Disney was around the corner, but we were Universal employees. And they'd go, let's pipe in and see what's going on now with, you know, down on the Clarissa set. And they'd push the button and I'd be cursing usually. They'd be like, okay, so we're not going to do that.
I waved at you and you just turned your nose. Just kidding.
I didn't even know they were up there half the time.
I'm totally kidding.
People are walking through every like 15 minutes a tour would come through and we'd just be like, oh, we have to behave ourselves now. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Here I was like 14, 15, 16. I was like, whatever. Tour, whatever.
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great, but at the same time, it was a little bit like pressure, like doing wardrobe fittings in the wardrobe room when there's a tour going through.
For sure. That's weird.
There'd be like a not roped off, like a curtain around an
curtain.
area. Yeah, but you're still like,
So
I feel like that could
strange.
blow outside in a strong breeze.
I mean,
Yeah.
not to mention like you don't go into wardrobe fittings like looking.
no, not looking great.
Like,
I'm running around
presentable.
doing work, going to school. I had
Yeah.
a trailer outside where I was doing school. But it was nice to have the slime and gack kitchen there because it's made out of pudding and applesauce. So you'd go in there and have a
Snack
little
zone.
snack. Yeah, I'd go have a little snack.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Huge vats of pudding. And yeah, the pudding they turned orange for the gack and the applesauce they turned green for the slime. So
No idea.
There's we might talk about this later because it was like on our little questionnaire. But there's a '90s podcast I listen to, and there's a Nickelodeon episode. Oh. And it's really cool. It's really awesome. Like as a fan of Nickelodeon growing
Yeah.
up, it was fun to
I'll
listen
have to
to.
listen
But I
to
don't
that. I don't
remember
know.
the
I'm
like
sure
the
your
slime
husband
gack
does.
thing. That's
Yeah.
that's a cool fact.
it's so it was there was a little tasting kitchen right
There was
there.
a GAC master.
Gack master.
Well, and you can go to the
Official
Nickelodeon
resume.
resorts. There's
Gack
the
Really, it was like a big deal.
That's amazing.
what was that? What was the gack master?
We'll have to ask Logan about
Okay,
it.
let's ask
But
Logan
it was a
about
guy, and that was his one job. Was like
Oh, is that the person who fed you? Who gave like so when
he
you came
made the
through on
gack and the
tour,
slime.
Wow.
Yeah, they would give you like little spoons and you'd taste it.
Was
And
it a
the
secret
pies.
ingredient or like
I don't
was it a
know.
secret recipe?
No, it literally was
There
just like
were-
vanilla pudding.
It was
all it
with
was?
food color. I think
Everything
that's
was
it.
edible.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So all the pies.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
what was
it makes
gross
sense
about
when them dropping it on their heads and stuff like that, you know?
But you know, we just did the I went a few years ago with my kids to the Nickelodeon resort in Punta Cana, and they you can get slimed, but it's like
Nickelodeon
I didn't
resort.
The
yeah.
actual slime there.
It's not. It's like it's green
Should we
water
go
right
there?
because it's by the pool. I think you guys should go there.
If Nickelodeon
it's
is
not like a
listening,
Disney
I'll
thing.
watch
It's
it.
not like an integrated. Like it's not hitting you over the head with it. It's a nice resort.
Okay.
And then like there's the character breakfast, and there's the slime by the pool, and there's like a few things here and there that are Nickelodeon. There's the pineapple you can stay in. That's the SpongeBob pineapple.
Oh my gosh.
But we didn't get that one, believe it or not. And
She's not a SpongeBob fan.
I'm kind of I'm not. But
I
we
have
didn't.
actually
We didn't
never
actually.
seen SpongeBob.
I haven't either.
I haven't really watched a lot of it, but I do have a thing about kids that watch it are naughty kids.
Are they?
I don't know. That's just my funny
judgmental.
theory.
We
So
feel that way about PJ Masks, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, that might explain why my youngest is like my most terror driven. He liked PJ Masks.
See, we felt that way about Caillou.
Oh, I never watched that.
Oh,
one.
yeah, I've heard that about Caillou. Yeah, I've heard that.
I thought Caillou was like really like nice.
I
and,
thought it was like
He is
educational.
so.
Yeah.
I thought he was sassy.
He's sassy with his mama. I don't put up with that.
Caillou's-
That's the problem with Nickelodeon shows, actually.
He's a little bitch.
That's exactly right.
I do say Nickelodeon shows do have an element of, especially the live action ones, of talking back to the parents when your daughter gets a little older. Watch out for that. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of that. Like, my son's really into Jessie right now, and Jessie doesn't really take much
Jessie was Disney,
tongue.
right?
But yeah, but I just those like shows like
when they
what are
get a
some of
little
the
older,
others?
like
Yeah.
teen shows.
Bunked
Yeah.
and all that. They talk back to the adults, make the adults seem actually. You know what? It kind of started on Clarissa, to be honest.
Hannah Montana was
They-
like that a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, pretend like the
So-
adults are idiots.
Yeah.
and the kids know better.
Nickelodeon and definitely MTV. I actually think I listened to another episode that was like an MTV based episode, and they were talking about how like the culture, the generation of like
Mm-hmm.
teens were, you know, kind of like anti-rule, and you know, we're the new generation, and like that's how MTV came about.
And I think that's what people liked about Clarissa was the kids were the smart ones and the adults were the
Yeah.
idiots, and
Yeah.
it made them feel empowered and stuff. But then there's a certain point when it kind of flip-flops a little bit where kids start mimicking that behavior as opposed to
sure.
your like family ties where the dad knows better or
This subject line brings up one of my favorite shows recently that I know you guys have enjoyed too, White Lotus.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the teenagers in that show
oh my God, that's off the charts.
talk about thinking you're smarter than the grown-ups.
Okay, I know a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah.
teenagers, like through my cousins, like having kids. None of them talk like that.
Like, do you think
Like that intelligent level.
I need to watch this now because my 16-year-old and my 13-year-old are just the talk back. We've decided we're shutting off the whole Wi-Fi in the whole house for an hour every time someone talks back.
So White Lotus is this
Doesn't
show
work out well for me, but
with Steve Zahn, Connie Britton, and they're on vacation, and Jennifer Coolidge, who's amazing
I love
in it.
her.
And they're on vacation at this island resort for a week. And so Steve Zahn and Connie Britton are married, and they've got these teenagers with them who you both love and despise. Like, they're the
That's how
epitome
every
of
character
who will
is.
grow up to be garbage humans
Every
if they
single
continue on this
character's
path.
that way.
every character, like you sort of want to watch them, but they're all flawed.
Yeah, there's a lot of humor in it. I think you'd really
you know,
enjoy
White
it.
Lotus. I think I didn't go to it because it came out around the same time as Nine Perfect Strangers, and I wasn't. Did you guys see that one?
No, we haven't seen that
I wasn't
one.
a huge fan of that one, and I feel like it drew me away. It felt like this. I guess the photo was like the same of like all these people kind of heading towards a vacation resort thing, and it felt similar. And I was like, when I wasn't into Nine Perfect Strangers, I was like, I'm.
We're very divided on White Lotus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like it?
I don't like it at all.
You don't like it?
Do you find the
Why?
characters irredeemable or?
I felt like the shock value was just so over the top. Like, you gotta admit, like there were
Yes.
things that I saw on
was
that
sho-
show
it's
that I have
shocking, yeah.
never seen and didn't need to see in my life.
Did you watch The Great? You said you didn't. Right? That I
There's
wonder
a lot
how
of
you
that
would,
in The Great.
Yeah, I wonder how you'd feel
Really?
about that. I want to. You
Like-
got to call me after and tell me.
You know, I feel like we watch a lot of shows with shock value, but like just the disgust level.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well,
I have
it's
to see
because
this now.
it's humanity. It's not like it is shocking, like what happens, but it's also their personalities.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, this person's kind of great, and then all of a sudden you're like, they're disgusting. I can't handle them.
I'm talking
They're
about the
horrible.
one
There's one scene I know what she's talking about.
involving
Go
the
ahead.
suitcase.
Oh, I'm not
Involving
worried about
poop.
who would
Spoilers,
do
by the
that.
way.
Like
involving
I've
poop.
never had like experienced watching an adult human defecate before, and I don't.
Oh my
I didn't need to see that.
Spoiler alert.
I didn't need to
Angela,
see.
I mean, I have to assume.
Haven't
it
you
was
seen the
fake?
homeless on the streets of
I
LA?
hope it was.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But not.
Yeah, but that said,
I
it's
didn't-
totally appropriate.
But I'm not watching that for entertainment. You know.
Exactly. Are you not really sure?
But it does add to the level of like, it makes you feel a certain way about this character
Yeah.
that you need to feel.
Yeah.
So I understand why they did it. But yes, I agree. I didn't need to see it.
Yeah.
And the whole time it's happening, you're like,
Like, just show us his face when he's doing it, or make it sound. But I don't need to actually see it come out, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now I got to watch this. I'm so intrigued. Oh.
So I also felt like there was a lot of shock value in the beginning, but the more I watched it, the more I kind of was like, I'm going to watch the next episode. And then by the end of it, I thought
don't
it was
get me wrong.
really-
I couldn't not watch the next episode. I had to see what happened. But
Did you finish the whole?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Looking back, I felt it was really an interesting show.
Yeah.
Like interesting choices, really interesting characters.
I can appreciate it.
Quirky. It was like a bit of a tone unlike I've seen.
Yeah.
it's very dark comedy.
So season
I
2
probably
is
would love
coming.
it. Sounds like I would love it.
I know.
You've got
Right now, I like
see
literally want to run out of the room and go watch it.
This is good homework for you.
See, but you reminded me a little bit too of House of Cards. Like my husband and I both were into that until the minute it's early on in the show, so really no spoiler here. In the first season, when he like pushes the girl on the train tracks, and all of a sudden my husband's like, "I'm out," and he literally like left the room and wouldn't watch another episode. And then I don't want to watch it without him because it was sort of our show, and I wasn't into it enough on my own. Like The Great, I'll watch by myself, or there's a lot of things I'll watch by myself, but not. But there's things I want to watch with him, and like. Like Jack Ryan's one of those. Like we love Jack. When is that coming out again? Man, I missed that show.
Wait, did season 2 already come out of that? I know.
Season 2 did, I think, but I think we're waiting on 3.
Three,
Or wait,
We didn't see season 2.
No, we didn't
maybe
see
it
yet.
didn't. I might be wrong.
It might have. That was
Logan
a
will
No,
tell us
season
in a
1 was
second.
a long
He
time
will.
ago.
Amanda's ear is going to tell us right now.
Okay.
So are you guys readers? Book
I'm a
readers?
major reader.
Okay.
I read a lot. You don't.
I am not.
My
You
favorite.
have a book club, right?
I do. I do.
I'm so
yeah.
jealous of that. I always wanted to. I mean, I had book clubs on like sets of different shows and stuff, but I've always wanted like a real book club.
Yeah,
Can I be part of
it's-
your book club?
Please, we would love that. Why don't you host a month for us? Oh my gosh, my
that mean I have to
followers
read a book?
will love
Your
it.
dreams are coming true right
You
now.
would probably have to.
I have to read a book?
for the book
Well,
club.
so here's the thing.
I feel like in the last few years it's been really hard to read a book.
It is, and I don't physically. I listen to everything.
Oh, okay. Well, I
I
just
mean-
listened to Betty White's book. Does that count?
I just listened
Yeah.
to 2 of her books. You
did?
Yes, I'm sure the one that you listened to. I probably.
I literally finished it driving in here today.
So good. So was it her earlier
was her last
biography?
one.
Oh, her last one.
Her,
Okay.
if you ask me, and you probably won't.
Yeah, it's cute. It's
Logan
really cute.
says season it comes back second quarter of this year.
Second season does? Third
Yes.
season. Has there only been one season? I don't know. Oh, okay. But it
Third
comes back
season comes back.
Oh, it's the third season this fall. Okay,
Okay.
great.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
so you guys, have you watched Jack Ryan? Did you watch the first?
First
We loved.
just the first,
I
not
loved
the
season
second.
1. I liked it more than you because I love John Krasinski so
Right?
much.
Yeah. We're office.
Yeah, because you guys are
We're-
big Office fans.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I was telling him on the way here that I feel like we categorize our TV into 2 categories: cozy TV and media room TV. Like that's how we categorize. And like we have TV that we watch to go to bed, and then we have TV that he will not hear of watching it anywhere
Like
than
I
in
want
the
a
media
good
room.
TV. I want a sound system.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
He wants the popcorn going.
Like White Lotus. That was an experience.
That was the media room
okay.
TV.
It is
also
a
it's beautiful,
beautiful-
to watch. Yes.
Yes.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
see if I can get
gorgeous.
my husband involved in that one. We tried Station 11. I don't know if he's going to do that one again, but
I loved it.
the
Again,
first episode was.
We have to talk about this one
Okay.
in another episode because there's so much to unpack there.
Because I was a little confused by the first episode. I have to say, but
Have y'all seen that one?
No.
No.
So is it
Highly
firefighting?
recommend.
Is that what it is?
no, it's post-apocalyptic. It's like a plague comes and takes over the earth, and
You wouldn't be into that.
a few people
stuff.
survive.
I would.
No, that feels
Did you
very
watch
Book of
Revolution?
Revelations to me.
yeah. Oh, Revelation. It is like
didn't-
Revelations, but
I
they
think-
show Revolution.
I think Eric Kripke did Revolution. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, Eric Kripke did Timeless.
Yeah. It's kind of similar in tone and look. The power goes out in the whole world. Like one guy knows that it's going to happen, and he calls his family, says it's happening, and all of a sudden the planes fall out of the sky and cars stop moving, and all
Okay,
the
well,
power
I can't
goes out.
watch that because I'll never be able to
It's
fly
a little
again.
freaky.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't see it very close up. It's just sort of in the distance. You kind of see everything falling out of the sky. Like everything just drops to earth, and everyone has to just survive.
Is that what happened in Walking Dead? Like they never.
It seems like Walking
touched
Dead.
on
Here's the
that,
thing.
You
Can I
know.
just add like a little bit of like a techie note? Planes are not just, you can't just fall out of the sky. I've like researched this a little bit, and they're not just going to drop out of the sky.
That's true.
Right.
Like they're going to glide down.
Well, the first
so-
episode of Station 11, they do have a plane crash right there outside, and but it does glide down.
It does go
Okay, all right.
So they
give
read
it
the same book.
I'll give it a shot. It's not technically correct.
I'm
I'm
going to
not
circle
watching
back
it.
around to
Guy from
books
Timeless. Hold on.
because it's a digital book.
Oh, yeah.
But can you see it? Can
Oh,
see
you guys
it?
printed it out,
I
made it all
printed it.
pretty.
I like seeing
That's our
it.
first
I do
hard
too.
I like
copy.
the tactical
you can take it.
experience of a book. And so, though I will reference it on my phone or on my iPad or whatever when I want to use it, this I like being able to see it and see your
Yeah.
pictures because you guys are beautiful.
Look at that. So nice.
This is so
It's
cool.
so pretty.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
Thank
I think
you.
we're gonna do some like real hard copies. Actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So a cookbook. Obviously, you said that she's a wonderful cook and that she cooked for you on set. So tell us, where did this come from? Your love of cooking and
Yeah, it's kind of an ode to all of the women in my life, or in my, throughout my life. It's all of my favorite recipes growing up that I've collected. It took me over a year to collect all
Yeah,
of
you've been
them.
working on it a
Who's
while.
Meg?
Meg is my best friend. She was my maid of honor.
Aunt Deborah.
Aunt Deborah is his aunt.
So it's
Yeah.
all family and
All
friends
family and
everything like
close
that.
friends, or they're recipes that I've created myself. So Jana is his mom.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
And Kara.
That's his sister.
Oh, okay.
this is so cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it's all recipes that, we have grown up loving and we make in our home, and they're easy and they're comfort food. You're not going to get anything healthy out of there, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Hey,
We're
look,
Southern.
food.
I consider it healthy if you cook it yourself because
It's homemade.
There you go.
I have not this is an area I keep trying to dive into is cooking, but then every time I do, I make such a mistake. Maybe you can give me some tips because I do this thing where I can make a meal for 25 people for the holidays, but I cannot make dinner for the family of 5 because I get involved and I'm like, oh, well, if I'm going to make a lasagna, I might as well have some garlic bread on the side and I should probably put maybe a caprese. And then maybe we pull out the good china tonight and then we'll get some wine and then I need a nice dessert. And it becomes too a lot. And then the cleanup and the whole thing. And I'm like, that's exhausting. I'm not doing that again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So instead of just
you
like,
need a crock pot. Girlfriend needs a crock pot.
pot. Okay.
Do you own a crock pot?
I'm sure.
I have like 3.
My husband cooks. He's from the South. He says he only cooks because I was like, but you like to cook. This was like 10 years into our marriage that I said, but you like to cook. And he's like, I like to eat and you don't cook. So how am I going to eat if I don't cook?
He's a very good cook, though. His
very
barbecue
patient with me.
was incredible.
He does a good barbecue. He's got a good Traeger. He's got his grill out there, his smoker. He's smoking everything he can find.
Yep, I got a Green Mountain Grill.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you
griller,
guys team up? Are you both cooks?
Yeah.
I mean, ish. She does most of the cooking.
Yeah, but you do all the grilling, you do all the smoking.
Do you do all the pots and pans?
No.
You might get some back scratches if you did the pots
Yeah,
and pans.
Maybe.
there we go.
Maybe.
Pots and pans, back scratch.
Is that what it takes?
Yep.
Maybe.
Oh shoot.
You never know
try.
until
There you
you
go.
try.
Look, give and take. As I know some marriage counselors would say, how are you honoring each other today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great
Pots and pans. I like it.
Yeah,
All right, I'll
but
try it.
for a while there, we were doing one of the at home, and he would prepare those meals all the time because if he has the instructions in front of him and all the
Oh, yeah, I'm
ingredients,
capable.
he can
It's
he can do it.
That's how I am too. I kind of need it spelled out for me. I like to bake because it's so specific.
Yeah.
But I don't like to cook because I don't feel like I have the palate to like taste something and go, oh, it needs a little more oregano. Like I
Yeah.
can't
Right.
figure that out.
I cook
Yeah.
by smell, and I don't know anybody who does that, but
Wow.
I never
Not
like, he always,
taste,
never. He always is my first taster, but I'm always
I
smelling.
can't anymore now that I had
That's
COVID.
so
Yeah, he lost his
interesting.
smell.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
and has it come back?
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
never
been
the
gone for a
same.
long time.
It's like we had it like beginning of December.
I started on Thanksgiving Day.
And so yeah, I don't maybe like 70%, 60-70% I have it back.
That's a
Yeah, that's such a bummer. I know my whole family, well, most of my family got it. My husband didn't, but none of us lost taste and smell as far as I know, but I have noticed that I don't smell things the way like I'm kind of like,
Yeah, it's just a
what
it's
is
a
that?
shift.
It's
yeah.
it's like a little bit faint now to me
You
where
did.
I'm like, I can't recognize what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, so that would not help me with cooking. I would not be able to cook.
Yeah.
Now, did your cookbook experience or the inspiration come from like the blogging that you do? I checked out all the blogging and vlogging last night.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank
you guys, I mean, you do it all.
Well, it's a team, honestly. So he shoots and edits all of my stuff, all my videos, my photos, everything like that. But yeah. So I guess I started blogging in 2012. I was like one of the early people, but I started with recipes first, and I kept getting so many people like, where's this recipe? Can you give me the link? Can you post this? And finally, one of my really good friends here in Nashville is a blogger, and she was like, you need to just make an e-cookbook. Just make it and see how it goes. And it turned into a year of work,
Yeah.
but it was great, and I had fun. We ate a lot of food, a lot of good food.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
time consuming to put
is.
all those recipes
It's like
together.
writing a book. Like it's
Yeah.
It is a book. You did.
Yeah.
You wrote a book.
She actually a couple years ago she was like, I just have this weird desire to be a published author. And this was sort of like the first step, I think, into that realm
fun.
for her.
Well, you did a great
Manifesting.
job.
Yeah.
Is that the word of the year, like manifesting?
Speak
I
it
think so.
out.
I
There
think
you
so.
go.
Yeah.
yeah.
Law of attraction. It's the law of attraction, right? From The Secret. You ever read the? It was a
I never read
book
that.
and the movie
I need
The
to read it.
Secret.
I've never
it's about
read
the law
it,
of
yeah.
attraction. Right?
Yeah.
So You bring in what you want.
I could get it. Yeah, I get that.
Speaking of books, really quick, my favorite book ever is Redeeming Love. I don't know if you guys have ever.
I don't know that one.
The movie comes out on Thursday.
I don't know if you've read it. It's the movie. Yes, you do know the story.
Okay.
Please read the book before you see the movie, though. Please.
It's a great book.
I feel like that's why there's a lot of movies I haven't seen because I'm like, I'm gonna read
It's
the
a
book
fast
first,
read.
but I
you
need
could
to
knock it out.
Oh, you can't
All right,
go
I'll
to
do that.
bed. Like, it's one of those. Like, it's even he read it, and
I listened to it.
Yeah.
We listened to it driving up to Vancouver to shoot season 1 of Timeless.
it's the only book that I can think of that I've read multiple times.
Oh wow.
Like, it's just so good. I have very high expectations. I hope I'm not disappointed.
Wait, how many books did you tell me you read this past year? Or listened to?
56 or something.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like my husband, actually. He didn't read for like his entire life. And I kept giving him books for Christmas and stuff like that. And then one day he made a resolution that he was going to read a book a week or a book a month. And then the next year it was a book a week. And so he started like just down this. Now he's trying to convince our children to read. I'm like, good luck. You didn't read until you were like 40. They're not going to
love
read.
to read.
I do
I
too.
love to read, but I feel like it's so hard unless I really get into a book. The last book I really got into was City of Thieves by David Benioff, who did the Game of Thrones.
Sure,
He and his brother did Game of Thrones. But he wrote City of Thieves and it's such a good, actually it would be a great Timeless episode. It's about a kid who during the war, World War I, there's a German soldier falls from the sky and he steals something off of him and they throw him, the Cossacks throw him in prison and he's going to be executed, but they bring him and another kid to the general or lieutenant or whatever, and he says, if you go find 6 eggs for my daughter's wedding cake, you can live. And so they have 2 weeks to go find 6 eggs in the freezing cold with like no shoes on and like rotten potatoes to eat and like how they survive. It's really an interesting story. I don't know. I loved it.
That sounds like something I would read because I read a ton of World War II.
Yeah.
era.
And it's a quick
books,
read.
too.
It's a quick read. It's not a big book. It's one of those really satisfying, read it, knock it out pretty quick. And I made my husband read it. My mom. It's probably the only book that like my whole family's read.
That's how it is with Redeeming Love. I make everybody read it, and I give it to as a
Gifted
gift.
that book
Oh,
numerous times.
if I have a friend who's getting married, I'm like, you have to read this book before you get married. I feel like it's
Is that
just
the publisher owes you like a lot.
yeah,
Like maybe publishing your cookbook.
that
There you go.
Thank you.
Redeeming Love, though, it's like a huge book in the Christian
is.
space. We're Christian.
It was
and
number
so,
one
like,
on the New York Times bestseller list for 10 years.
Wow.
Like it was massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Francine Rivers, I've read I think all of her books, but
So now that I have teenagers, so it used to be Cliff Notes, right? Like when we were growing up, it was
yeah,
Spark
yeah,
Notes.
yeah.
Now it's
Sure.
Spark Notes. Like what?
Spark Notes?
Who's Spark? And what happened to Cliff?
Yeah.
Where'd Cliff go?
Where's
And why is Spark taking over? I don't
Does
understand.
it look the same, like the caution tape?
No,
Like,
well,
remember that?
sort of.
Like,
They're
looks
purple
like-
and black now. I think.
Yeah, but all the teachers will be like, so he needs to get the Spark Notes and read it because he obviously didn't read the book. And I'm like, oh, I'm so
World we're living
sorry.
in.
I know, right?
I
It's
feel
changed
like-
everything.
endorsing
No
Spark
encyclopedias. Now it's Wikipedia.
I feel like a teenager though because I went to a teeny tiny Christian school and like there's so many classic books or literature that like you'll be like, what, you haven't read that before? What did I just read? Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to
That is
reread
why I
that.
love
I need to
reading.
reread that.
I read To Kill a Mockingbird in school. It's my
about-
number one favorite book of all time.
Catcher in the Rye.
I've never read it. I just read, so this last year I think I read To Kill a Mockingbird and Little Women. Just classic books that like just weren't offered to us because
Yeah.
it wasn't Christian.
Yeah.
It's
you know?
weird. The difference is that like
our
we still
schooling.
find out all the time.
Yeah.
Like I went to a huge public school and you
Yeah.
know, we learned like the basic curriculum, whatever, U.S. history, like weather, like things like that. And I'm like, what? You didn't learn about the
Yeah.
so-and-so? And she's like,
I had 12 kids in my graduating class and we had homeschool curriculum. We taught ourselves. So we didn't have teachers.
Oh, wow.
and We didn't,
That's like me at Nickelodeon. I got tutored for 4 years by wonderful tutors, but like taking in 4 hours of French on a random Tuesday and then waiting till next week to speak it again just didn't really do.
yeah.
Nothing stuck.
Do you feel like you didn't get like a quality education at all?
I went to public school through 9th grade,
Oh.
and then private school in 10th. So I feel like I got a good base. And then it was kind of, thank God I was a good student. Like, thank God I was a self-motivator, like I was ambitious and I wanted to be a good student. And so I applied myself as best I could, but I'm also like memorizing monologues every week to deliver straight to
I can't even
camera.
imagine.
So, between doing that, working 6 days a week, 70 hours a week, including school work, it was just, school was the last thing I could think about because I'm trying to memorize these monologues so I don't blow it in front of my 150 person crew on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday was my one day off and all I wanted to do was rollerblade and make a friend with a girl because I was hanging out on set with 2 boys and like just wanted to hang out with some girls and rollerblade and eat cookie dough and watch
Do normal
90210.
things.
Oh, you were on the new 90210.
Yeah.
That's like where you got your start, right?
Yeah. Well, I did. Well, Yeah, that's where people know me
Sort of.
from.
That's
but
like, yeah.
I actually had I did a show called Commander in Chief before. I was a series regular on that with Gina Davis.
Oh, yeah.
And Donald Sutherland. It was about the first female president.
That was a great one, yeah.
But it didn't last long.
The son.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
only like
gosh.
13 episodes, or maybe it was 20. I don't remember. But yeah, 90210. That was the first like we went 5 seasons. That's what people kind of know me first from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
And then you're also Anakin.
You are Anakin.
I am.
Oh,
Anakin.
that
You
is
are, like-
really cool.
Yeah.
The most famous in our house. The fact
Really?
that Daddy knows Anakin and now Mommy knows Anakin.
Oh.
This is like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
it's-
a big deal.
So I've been doing Anakin for Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and now I do Anakin for like basically any voiceover stuff they need, video games, whatever they call me. But yeah, it's kind of crazy because my face is not obviously there, but I've played Anakin for much longer than any of the other Anakins.
Well, you have a huge voiceover career. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, on top of
well-
Anakin, a ton of other stuff too. It's like,
Yeah.
how do you fall into Anakin? Like, is there a way? Can you like give us a little? Is it?
It's my voice. I mean, like the latter seasons, I'm just a little deeper, a little more commanding. So it's more like, resonates more. But it's my voice.
Do it again.
Yeah, I mean, he's a general at that point, so he's ordering people around.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's my voice.
And Clone Wars, kind of similar to Timeless, was saved by the fans, right?
Yeah. So we were canceled when the Disney buyout happened. Disney bought Lucasfilm because Lucasfilm was a private company.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, I mean, I don't have like the real information, and I wouldn't dare say anything anyway.
Should we call George Lucas and ask him?
Probably.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's ring him real quick.
I beat him in a race once, race car driving, so we can
That's
just
why
call
you're
him.
not in Star
Oh,
Wars.
so you guys you're tight.
He was writing episode 1, I think. It was.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I had heard that we were going to basically go as long as people liked the show, and that possibly was going to be 10, 11, 12 years, whatever. And then I think it was 6 years maybe or something we did, and then yes, people loved it so much that
It's amazing the fans can resurrect.
it went off for a while, and then we kind of came back and did a follow up season. to
Hashtag
kinda-
save the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
We may not have been a part of that.
That's awesome.
You definitely
I
were.
appreciate it.
I would have been too.
He's a huge Star Wars fan now too because
Yeah,
of
I'm
it.
a geek, yeah.
Even our dog is named Ahsoka.
Oh, we actually
Yep.
said that in the intro.
Yep.
Yeah,
That is the
Yep.
coolest. My
Yeah.
kids they're so jealous because they really, really wanted to name our pets after Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
And I named my own son after a Star Trek character. So I really shouldn't be so judgmental of them.
We had Star Wars in our wedding.
Yes.
It was
Really?
it was a very Star Wars.
It was, and it was not supposed to be.
Like there was a little bit of a Star Wars theme happening. We had clone troopers there, like the 501st guys.
Yes.
Oh, that's
legit
cool.
clone troopers.
We walked through our reception through a Star Wars lightsaber arch.
Yep, that was our.
yeah, totally.
That
On
was
the
one
way
of our
out.
wedding favors. Everyone got lightsabers.
Yeah, on
That's
the way out.
amazing.
Lucasfilm sent them to him actually.
How
which is really
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. But
That
yeah,
is
Star
so
Wars
cool.
is a big part of
He
it.
had a Death Star groom's cake.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah, and then James Arnold Taylor, who is the voice of Obi-Wan, he did our announcing for the
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Kind
super
It
cool.
was sort of emceed the.
yeah the whole
Awesome.
Clone Wars cast was at our wedding.
They were there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's so fun. And then you were on The Mandalorian too.
Yeah, so Dave Filoni is the supervising director of the Clone Wars. He was like he's our guy. He's producing Mandalorian, and now Book of Boba Fett, which I haven't seen yet.
Oh,
But
I haven't seen it yet either. I'm dying to though.
I rode
he's-
in an elevator once with him
With Dave, where at?
at the Star Wars celebration.
Okay, yeah. He's
Like nerd life, guys. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
So in LA, Anaheim?
No, we were in Orlando.
Orlando, yeah.
Okay.
This
We
was
were we
before-
were there. I'm sure.
you
Yeah.
were.
So wait, would this have been like 2014?
We went in. It was 2010 and 2012.
It was right before our wedding.
Yeah.
I remember going down there. I wore R2D2 socks up to here.
Yeah.
I love how
I bet that was
amazingly
sexy.
supportive you are.
She has
Oh
a,
my
sure it was.
God.
we did
You
a
should
photo
see.
shoot
I
with
can't
like
imagine.
with a friend who's an amazing photographer.
And he's a crazy Star Wars fan.
And we actually had an R2D2 like one piece swimsuit. Oh, she
Yeah.
was so hot.
Wow.
I'm
It was
sure it
amazing.
was.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
amazing.
He still loves it. And
Like
I had a
you are,
Vader.
but make it Star
It
Wars.
was. It's exactly what it was.
But I had a Vader one piece too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like nerd fantasy.
That's amazing.
But
but no gold bikini.
no, we didn't.
I
Slave
do.
Leia.
I,
didn't
so I
have
have
Slave
one in my
Leia.
closet if
I
you want to
have
borrow
one
it.
too.
Yeah.
Now that's like totally
Is that
not
what your
okay.
kids saw?
I know. No, this is before my kids. This was at a Playboy Mansion Halloween party in like 1994.
Yeah.
No, 96.
No, and at Celebration, it's so overdone, and it's never the gold bikini you want to see. It's just
Oh, yeah, rarely.
they're
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, Dave Filoni's awesome, and he was
is.
producing that, and I just got a call, and he said, "Would you super tiny little small thing? Would you want to?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I would."
Say no to the Mandalorian.
So I went down and got to be on the set, and it's a different thing. Star Wars, like real life, when you're actually on a Star Wars set, is so much different than obviously being behind a microphone.
Yeah. You get to be
Oh my god!
take it all in.
Oh, it was amazing. Like the ship that my character was in, I had a death scene where I got hit with a knife and I died, and like the
Spoiler.
yeah, for those that haven't seen it. But the set builders were like, "Listen, when you die, I know you gotta kind of crash on it, but don't break my set."
Was it the digital set? Like
No,
it was like physical.
No, this was a physical ship with the buttons. I mean, hundreds, a couple thousands
cool.
of buttons. And I was like, okay. He had no idea. He had no idea like who I was or anything.
You're the guy dying to the set guy.
Yeah.
And you're going to knock all the buttons off the set, and he's
Yeah.
got the crazy glue every single one back on.
Yeah, I was the for him, I was the actor that had probably never done anything and came in for my first scene ever, and like and anyway, he was like, just don't, and I'm like, okay, well, I have to throw myself back, and is there a way that I can? And he was very like stern with me, and I broke the set.
You did.
I broke the buttons. I cracked like the whole console.
Oh,
I felt terrible.
Oh, they
but,
can
like,
fix it. They have the money.
If you guys
Yeah,
listen,
right.
Fine.
Yeah.
They were fine.
Season 1, episode 6. We
Season
can
one,
watch you.
episode
Yeah,
6.
that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All I cared about was if you got to see Baby Yoda.
Right?
Yeah.
That-
I did not.
You didn't? Wait, is this one of the episodes? There were episodes where I had heard that they didn't have enough stormtroopers and they called in cosplay.
the
people.
501st. Yeah.
They
Are
called
y'all
in the
501st?
No, we're not.
Okay.
No. I'm not that far.
just about
They're
this close.
501st is
We
great.
love the 501st, but we're not.
Yeah,
I
it's an
love
amazing
the
group of
501st.
people.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, they
do
just
great
do
things.
amazing things, visiting kids in hospitals, and it's just awesome. Awesome.
Did you know that an estimated, this makes me sick, 5 billion plastic hand soap and cleaning bottles are thrown away each year? Oh, it makes me so sick to think about it. If that's not bad enough, each bottle can be made of more than 90% water.
It's a lose-lose situation for the planet for sure.
Yeah, people, it is 2022, right? Isn't it?
Stop wasting water and throwing out more plastic and get Blue Land's revolutionary refill cleaning system instead.
Yes, I love this. I love this. In order to go green, you have to get blue. Blue Land is it. Blue Land was founded on the belief that a cleaner planet starts by eliminating plastic waste. I totally get behind that. I have been trying to create a home that is plastic-free and just waste-free. And Blue Land helps in so many ways. They have created a powerful, effective cleaner for your entire home.
Oh, it's all over my house now. I love the products.
I love it. You get the glass bottle.
Yes.
And you get the little, what do you call
Or
it? A pellet or a
tablets.
tablet pill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just comes in a little paper wrapper. And you open that up, you put it in the glass jar that they send you with the first package, and you fill it up with water. And you've got
it.
foaming hand soap.
You buy it once and refill it forever. There's no more plastic waste. And the only thing you need to discard is your outdated idea that eco-friendly products are more expensive and less effective.
It's true. They are just as effective, and they are a lot less expensive when you do it right.
And they're beautiful.
And they smell great. Have you smelled these?
Oh, they're amazing.
There's a lovely iris. There's a lemon. There's lavender eucalyptus. That's my favorite. From their best-selling Clean Essentials Kit to their hand soap duo and plastic-free laundry and dishwasher tablets, Blue Land has something for every inch of your home.
Blue Land's stunning, high-quality forever bottles start at just $10 when you buy a kit and are meant to be reused forever with money-saving refill tablets that start at just $2.
I mean, that's saving the planet and saving in your wallet. So try Blue Land today. You'll love it, and the planet will thank you. And so will we. So right now you can get 20% off your first order when you go to blueland.com/binge, B-I-N-G-E. That's 20% off your first order of any Blue Land products at blueland.com/BINGE. And thank you, Blue Land, for being a wonderful sponsor of What Women Binge. Hey, Amanda, if I was to ask you to name a member of the Beatles in 15 seconds, could you do it? Go.
John, Paul, Ringo, George.
Good job. So that means you would probably love playing Trivia Star.
I do love playing Trivia
I do
Star.
too, actually. I love my trivia. And Trivia Star is a free mobile trivia game with over 60 different categories that you at home get to choose from which category you want. It can include music. It can have animals. There can be celebrities.
I love the pop culture tab.
Yes, the pop culture one's fun.
And if you choose the correct answer from the multiple choices and beat the clock, you move on to the next level.
Yeah, it sounds simple, but the questions get harder over time. But if you get stuck, don't worry. You can use coins and gems. I love coins and gems to get hints and beat the level.
And if you love trivia like we do, you are going to love Trivia Star.
Right now, Trivia Star is offering you 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download and play.
Trivia Star has thousands of 5-star reviews in the Apple Store and is the #1 trivia game on the App Store. Download it today and challenge yourself.
Yeah, just go to Apple or Google Store and search for Trivia Star. Download Trivia Star today for free and get ready to flex your brain muscles. So I know that you got your start with as like a hairstylist, makeup artist, doing stuff like that.
Well, that was like
and then
totally. What's the word I'm looking for? Where it's just totally not legit.
amateur,
Like I
novice,
Yeah.
Novice?
Yeah. Just I was freelance and I never went to school for it. My dad would not let me go to school for beauty, and I wanted to so bad.
And then you did insurance.
I went to nursing school.
Okay.
Can't handle vomit, so that lasted.
She can like dissect a human brain, but can't handle vomit.
I've literally held a human brain. Yeah, I've worked on cadavers. Not a big deal, but somebody vomits, I'm done.
Okay.
And
How weird is that?
And then I ended up working in insurance and became a fraud investigator. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And then you went back to it.
to
Like beauty. So
yeah,
you do
no, I always did
makeup
that on the side.
tutorials
I
and
always
stuff?
did it on the side just for fun.
So I just have to know, because of all those, like, sometimes they'll show those fails and stuff. What was like your best beauty fail? Like, did you ever like curl your hair with an iron and take off a chunk, or overpluck the eyebrows or something?
I just posted a picture of my stories yesterday about my overplucked eyebrows. I found a picture from 2003. It was like right after my
That's when I got married. And
graduation.
I noticed I was looking at my wedding pictures recently, and I was like, "What's the only thing I regret about how I looked on my wedding day?" And I was
Brows.
like, "The eyebrows."
Mine like stopped right here.
Yeah, stop
Like,
right
why?
there, really thin, like almost sperm-like, like a little thick right here, and then
Exactly.
tiny.
And then they stopped
Yeah.
abruptly. Like what told us like,
What were
hey,
we doing?
like you don't
shouldn't
need a
have a-
tail.
Yeah.
Like you don't need
Maybe it was the sperm thing. Maybe
I
they
don't
didn't
know.
want to look too
I don't know,
much
but are we going to look back now and feel like our brows are like too bushy
too thick.
or like
Of course,
what
because
do
we
you
go
think?
back and
so.
forth.
Yeah.
Probably. What was the thing the other day you told me is really in? It was the brushing the
Yeah,
bushy.
we do that a little bit, and
Brush 'em
I
up, like,
love it.
So you see the hair.
Yeah, and here
but like
I am.
the really thick stuff.
Yeah, very thick.
I
Our
saw a
friend-
picture and I was like, what's going on with her
So
eyebrows?
yeah,
And she was like, it's in.
yeah. So I follow a ton of old Hollywood accounts. I'm so like old Hollywood
Oh yeah, we got to talk
obsessed.
about that.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
want to get into that.
And it was a modeling photo of Sharon Tate from the 60s, and her brows were pushed up, and it looked identical to what we're seeing everywhere. And I was like, here I am thinking that this is like a new thing.
Yeah.
No, everything's
Everything's repeated. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I once took a sociology course in college, and I was so mad at the guy because he was like, nothing is new, everything is old. And
So true.
I would get in debates all the time. I mean, there was like 100 people in this class, and I'm not usually like, I don't debate professors, but I was sort of like, nothing? Can we have no new ideas? He's like, nope, nothing. And I'm like, no, I've got it. I was like, I don't know if the episode of Friends where she's trying to find an unselfish good deed, where Lisa Kudrow's character is trying to find a deed that she can do that's like unselfish. You
Is it
haven't
because
gotten
you
to that
found
one
the
yet?
thumb in the video? Or
She
can
feels
of
like she has
soda?
to do something. She lets a bee sting her, but they're like, well, the bee died when it stung you. She's like, damn it. So she keeps trying to find like a unselfish good deed she can do where there's no reciprocal, like she doesn't get anything from
I think
it.
we did see that one.
It's so funny.
I know I have.
But it reminds me that like I kept saying, I was like, there's got to be something. There's got to be something. And it's really hard to find something that's super original. I mean, unless you think you came up with it yourself. The only way I can come up with it is like if you came up with it yourself and you didn't have the influences that would have influenced that.
So basically, if you had it come to you in a dream, essentially.
pretty much.
It's the only
You know?
original
Pretty
thought,
much.
But
No,
even
but-
those are influenced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, like
Yeah.
we're seeing that so much with movies right now.
I was going to say,
they're
it's a
remake-
perfect transition to talk about old Hollywood versus.
But they're
Yes.
remaking every movie, every TV show, and some things just need to be left alone.
Exactly.
Some things.
If they try to remake It's a Wonderful Life, I'm gonna.
They're going to.
I'm gonna
Sure
go out.
They're
and-
going to.
That's when I become a murderer.
I mean,
Unless
they
you get
remade
cast.
Home Alone this year. Did
Right.
anybody even
I
see that?
know. I was going to, but I didn't.
I didn't either.
They made.
yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, there's like a Home Alone, but I think it only launched on TV, right? It was just on TV. It wasn't in the
I don't
theaters.
know either.
Disney Plus.
Oh, what? Yeah, that makes
my
sense.
ears
Plus, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
She has
sense.
a magic ear.
Yeah.
So I'm so jealous that you guys both watch. Like my husband will not. It takes Mother's Day, my birthday, or Christmas for me to get them to watch any classic movie. But you guys actually watch classic. Well, like you said before, you're in the industry, so you can appreciate something like Citizen. We went recently because the movie theater here shows old movies like once a month.
Where?
So we went
Green
Green Hills.
Oh,
didn't know
So we went and
cool.
saw Citizen Kane. We saw High Society. We saw On Golden Pond, which I've
I
never
love High
seen.
Society. You would not watch
I
it.
love High Society.
Is
that Katharine
that's when
Hepburn?
Katharine Hepburn.
Yes.
Well, no, Katharine Hepburn's
no.
the
On
the
Golden Pond.
Philadelphia Story version.
Oh.
High Society,
High
the
Society is
musical.
Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly, Fred Astaire.
Bing Crosby.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
Bing Crosby, Louis Armstrong.
Yes.
Celeste Holm. Like stellar cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not a huge Katharine Hepburn.
Not Fred Astaire. Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
We when we met, he was not into old movies like at all. Like there's some classics that you'd seen like in film school and stuff like that. I grew up on it. Like I just grew up watching old movies with my grandma. Like Saturday nights we watched Golden Girls, and when you went to her house, Turner was on, and so I had such an appreciation. My dad loves old movies too, like Cary Grant. I grew up on Elvis, huge Elvis house, all that kind of stuff. And so when I first moved to LA, we decided to print out the AFI Top 100 movie list.
Oh, I did that.
Yeah, and we worked our way
25. I haven't watched all of them.
Oh, well, we did it out of order. Just however, whatever movie we were in, we're like, okay, let's go and pick one and just watch it. And so we've seen almost all of them.
When I married my husband, we bought a house that had a huge projection room. We had a huge movie theater in it, and it had a projector, like a true real projector. So we had to actually take that out because I was like, I'm not going to get borrowing reels and giving them back. So we got like a digital projector. And
here they're like splicing film.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to put it back up to the purse. Yeah, but I decided because it was just my husband and I at the time, which I can't even imagine the days without children. Like it's just so weird to think that we had all the time to ourselves.
Lifetime.
What did we do with ourselves? But this is one of the things I did on Wednesdays. I told all my friends, open door, come on over. It's going to go from 1 to 100, and which Wednesday, if you come on this Wednesday, you know which movie it is. It actually took us like 2 weeks to get through Lawrence of Arabia, which I need to go back and watch because it's like every one of my favorite directors, it's their favorite movie, and like basically what launched a lot of directing careers, like I think Spielberg and Lucas and like all of them. But I need to go back and watch it because I was not a fan of that. But I remember then like Gone with the Wind, even though it's just as long, kind of flew through. We were like, because it just keeps you a little bit more engaged.
Yeah.
But that was so
There's
much
a lot
fun
of sand
going
in
through
Lawrence
all
of
that.
Arabia.
There's a lot of like, they're back on the camels. It's beige again. They're going across the desert
We
again.
felt that way about Cleopatra. We had a hard time getting through Cleopatra, which that's a movie that people...
We're talking about like those huge epic movies, and it's just like, that's a bit of a different type of a thing.
Yeah.
We don't
really go for those. We like the more like Paul Newman movies.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of commitment to watch something like Cleopatra or, Gone with the Wind.
2 or 3
like,
nights
it's just
Cleopatra.
Yeah.
It took me 2 nights to get through House of Gucci. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see that.
Oof, that's a long one
really
too. It's like 3 hours.
Is it really?
Oh my gosh. It's long.
We rarely sit down and watch a new movie. Like we were just talking, we can't even remember the last time we watched a new movie. Because
I do it just to vote for the SAG Awards and the DGA Awards. Like I do it as a commitment. Like I make myself, every year I say, before the Oscars, I'm going to watch every movie in the Best Picture category at least, and I never, ever, there's always one that stands out.
Yeah.
There's always one I miss.
I feel like I'm such like a bad actor.
Are you a bad SAG actor?
Yeah, like I don't,
Do you even vote, ever? Since I've known you? Yeah.
I think it's time. I think you have to vote right now.
That would be
I know,
that would be something that I would actually have to do for you, is what it would happen.
It's kind of fun once you get it. If you
then it wouldn't be you.
Last year it was really fun for me to do my homework. I was actually away from my family for pretty much 3 months off and on. I was directing a lot of Young Sheldon in LA. And so I was away and I was like in my house by myself. And so I watched all the movies. I watched all the screeners that came. And there was an interesting through line because I was watching Judas and the Black Messiah, and I watched Billie Holiday versus the United States, and oh my gosh, what was my favorite? Chicago 7. Oh yeah. Minari. Like I just loved.
I haven't even heard of half of these.
No, me neither.
It was so good, but I found that there was a through line through a lot of them, which was J. Edgar Hoover. There was like a whole underlying theme of but if you watch all of them, like the first three I mentioned, there's this underlying thing of like J. Edgar Hoover's at the root of the problem of all three of these movies. So it was I don't know why I took that away from it, but I was just like so into it. So sometimes like I'll use that time period, like the beginning of the year, to just like dive into all the screeners and just watch all the movies.
I would like to.
Yeah, we would like to. We have great intentions. We just we fall into our rut of Encanto right now is what is being
I know over and over and over.
Yeah, no Oscar films, but Encanto 14 times already.
Oh, we're past 14. We've got to be well into the 70s or 80s by now.
It's once per day.
I don't have a little kid anymore, you guys. I have a 9-year-old who watched it once.
I'm not mad at it though. Like seriously, it's really good.
Some
the
of those,
music
I
is
love
like
music stuff. I love those.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. I mean, does he? No.
I mean,
well, Moana was the last
Frozen.
time my family, or Vivo, which also was Lin-Manuel Miranda, right? I think.
Y'all do Vivo?
I've never.
It's on Netflix. It's
Vivo was.
I'll have to look that one up for
It
her.
was what I was thinking. Encanto might be a little bit like, but that one's beautiful. The music's so fun, and that's the one that like was in our head, and my son watched over and over again. It's the last one, and I can't really get him into this one right now, which is making me sad. I feel like he's outgrown. He's so into like Godzilla now, and like I'm so aware of the fact that it didn't bother me that I had boys before, that I didn't have a little girl, but all of a sudden now that they're big boys, it's suddenly like. I have nobody to watch old movies with. Like, my husband won't, and they won't even watch, like, Star Wars even. Like, luckily the little one likes Star Wars, but my husband wasn't a Star Wars fan, and so then the other two aren't Star Wars fans, but the little one, I finally got him. Yeah. I'm like, come on, we gotta watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I finally got him involved, but it's a little bit of an uphill battle with the boys.
I'll drop the twins off with you anytime you need some little kid action.
I'll take little girls. I'll take some little girls in their pretty dresses, and we'll dance and we'll sing.
And your daughter's 4, right? Oh, you're in the magical stage.
She is so much fun.
She's pretty great.
She's so fun.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The things that she says. I mean, as you guys know,
I think she's going to be a
like
comedian.
the stuff that comes out of their mouths.
Man, the stuff
You gotta
that
write
she
it down.
says.
If you don't already,
Write it down.
I keep a journal by the side of the bed, and I just like once a
that's a
month
good
or whatever,
idea.
write down a few things that happened, what the Halloween costume was that year.
Yeah.
What
That's really
and when you go back, and even it's hard for me sometimes to write in it because I want to read the last few entries, and I'll be like, oh, I forgot he said that, or I forgot he did that, or
That's such a good idea.
Occasionally, I will put her on our microphones and just get her talking.
oh yeah,
Because like I think back to like when I was a kid, that'd be so cool to have like clear audio of
That's actually one of our reasons that we started our podcast when I was pregnant. It was like, we didn't know if we were going to release it or not, but we're like, how cool would it be for her to be able to go back and listen to the night that mom and dad found out that they were
We
pregnant.
kind of started it as a diary.
We literally started it the night we found out we were
the
pregnant.
pregnancy diary. Yeah.
Oh, that's so special.
And then we released it.
And then we just chronicled the pregnancy week by week by week. And yeah, it was, I'm so happy that we have that to go back and listen to, especially if we have another one I can go back and listen to like that particular week.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, I felt like that.
I
then
always,
too.
it's funny, whenever I like videotape them, like we ski a lot. And so when we're skiing, it's funny because with hand-me-downs too, they all wear the same ski outfit depending on what age they are. I'm like, if I don't say which kid is on the video every time, I'm never going to know which kid it was. I mean, obviously there's a date or whatever, but if you want to like, but in case you like screenshot it for later or something, I feel like the date will change. So I'm always like, oh, look, there goes Mason. Or that's Tucker.
Yeah.
Because Tucker's wearing the same thing that Brady wore, that Mason wore. And so it's like, not knowing which kid is which in those videos and video journaling. But I definitely recommend getting like a pretty little journal.
I love
keep
that
it by
idea.
the bed. And just like once in a while, jot down the simplest little thing. Like just the funniest little, like,
should
the
both
dog
do
farted and she laughed or something.
Yeah, we should both do it and then compare notes.
Is your podcast still available? Can people still listen to it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Well, so we started, it was called Hello Bump. And then once we had her, we did it again and we just called it Hello Baby. So we've got a lot of those episodes
Yeah, I
too.
think we went for 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
100-something episodes maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That is so incredible.
People
It's still
still
on there.
ask us all the time to bring it back.
Apple Podcasts. I think it's on Spotify.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's just whenever, your kid reaches a certain age, like the weekly stuff just doesn't become so, there's not
Right.
so much to talk
The
about
milestones
anymore.
get further apart.
Yeah, whereas
I-
the first year, that's,
It's funny, I actually find the opposite with the journaling for them, because when they were little and they didn't do much, there wasn't much to write about. They're like, it's like, well, you are still laying on your back and pooping your pants.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to say.
yeah.
But I mean, I guess from like a standpoint of dog farted, she laughed. How do you create like an episode around that?
Right.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for the like the week to week pregnancy and like the week to week developments, when she was really young,
You're
there's a lot to talk
experiencing,
about.
Yeah.
There
what,
is.
what is she starting to eat now? Like, is
And
she
fears
sleeping?
and hopes and
like,
dreams
Yeah.
and struggles and what's
Yeah.
going through your mind. And yeah, as parents, I think we, well, they say little kids, little problems, because it seems like you're like, oh, I can't wait for them to like wipe their own butt, tie their own shoe. Now I'm at the stage where my son's about to drive himself to school for the first time.
And you just want to wipe his butt.
I just want to wipe his butt again.
Yeah.
Not really, but
My
clean up his
kids
puke.
always ask me that. Like, do you wish you could go back to when we were babies? I'm like, just for a few minutes.
Yeah.
You're so magical now.
Aw,
My husband
But I
cried
would
on
like
Mason's
to just
birthday.
hold you for like a minute.
Mark and I were looking through pictures on our son's birthday. We actually went to, before I went to the hospital to give birth to him, I ate CPK. I had tortilla soup, and I puked all over my husband about 48 hours later in the middle of pregnancy, in the middle of labor. I puked all over my husband this tortilla soup. And so it was funny because for his 16th birthday, we went back and had the tortilla soup.
I was
And
just about to say,
believe it or not.
I assume you don't eat tortilla soup
No, I
anymore.
actually can still eat it. It's weird. It's like probably the only food I've ever puked up and still can eat.
That's pregnancy for you.
Because you know, it
Yeah,
tasted the same
Yeah.
coming up as it did going down. So it wasn't, it's like it didn't change it
Like it was
for
kind of
me.
good.
In a way,
there.
it was kind of like.
Like you kind of got like
That's never
twice
happened.
what you paid for.
Exactly.
Oh,
And like 48 hours later. So it was great. But so we did that, but we were sitting there going through pictures, and I ended up posting a ton for his birthday just because I wanted to I wanted to go through all these different kind of stages of his life. And my husband starts crying watching a video of him driving a little car when he was 4 years old in the driveway and like whipping this car around. And so the day he actually gets his license, I'm gonna post that video of him, and then the day he actually gets his license. So it'll be.
That makes me
My
wanna
husband's
cry.
like literally tearing up, and this guy doesn't cry. I was like, oh, you okay?
I feel like I've definitely gotten softer since our daughter.
Oh, that's what girls
Oh, and little
do.
girls.
Like
yeah.
There's
like I already
nothing like it.
I already know
There
I'm
is-
gonna probably be a mess.
Oh my gosh, there is like something so true about daddy's girls because listen, like she can do no wrong. Like
Oh,
if
of
she
course.
does wrong and I'm reporting it, somehow it's my fault.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm the regulator.
I'm the
He's
mean
the
mom.
pushover.
And boys are the
I
opposite.
Totally get it.
Boys are the opposite. She's got both. She's got twin girls and then a boy.
Yes.
I mean, a boy first.
And my boy was first, and I thought I was such a cupcake. I was like, I have no idea how I'm in a boy mom. Like, I don't know. And then he got
That's
here, and
how
I
you
was like,
feel.
boy mom life. Ah. So then when I found out I was having girls, it was just this like,
What am I gonna do?
panic. I only know boy mom life
Gosh.
now. But they are so different. And even my girls are so different from each other. But just in general, raising a boy and raising a girl is so much fun.
Yeah.
The complete opposites in so many ways. But my relationship with my son is so very different than my relationship with my girls.
Right.
But I love both. But my girls, anything they want. My husband's like, oh, you know. But he's equally sensitive with my son. But if Riker wants something, he's coming to me.
Yeah.
My
Like-
husband calls me Santa Claus because he's like, you're going to give them whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if I say no or lights out or, no devices today. Like, you're Santa Claus, and they're going to come to you and go, Mommy.
Okay.
Especially your youngest, Tucker. He's so great.
Because he's the baby. So, of course, all the stuff that was supposed to stop when he was like 3 or 4 went on a little too long.
He just knows.
But are you saying that
She's pointing at
She does
me
it
as
too.
if I'm Santa Claus. Yesterday, we're doing a sleep thing. I'll make this quick. We're doing a sleep thing. She's been having trouble. She's been waking up.
And she's always been a good sleeper. Like slept through the night
Very
at
good
6
sleeper.
weeks on. Like it's a nightmare. She's having
So we have a sleep
Oh,
chart now. If she sleeps one night, she gets a star. If she sleeps 5 nights, she gets 5 stars, and she gets a toy at Target.
Oh yeah.
So we got the toy.
you went big
yesterday.
time Target? We just do dollar store.
Oh, I knew what she was
Well,
gonna
we're desperate.
No,
okay.
listen. When
I don't
they're
care.
tired at
Yeah.
Target, I knew what she was gonna pick. She's gonna pick the stupid LOL doll
And she
surprise
does.
eggs every
yeah.
time, and I'm like, you can pick anything in the store, and she wants a $10 surprise.
course.
So, but we left Target, and Angela was like, "There was that Encanto doll. We should probably go back and get it." I'm like, "Why?" Because she
why
needs
though?
to earn it.
But I didn't give it to her.
I know, but we went back and we got the Encanto
Because I
doll.
thought I'll save it for Easter, maybe Valentine's Day, whatever, because the stuff is sold out everywhere.
It's true.
You cannot
Oh,
find
yeah.
it anywhere.
Well, we should sell it on eBay. Is what we should do.
Well, I can tell you it doesn't stop because my son, for his 16th birthday, we actually gave him a bearded dragon. But somehow he convinced me to drive him to the pet store that night to look for a tortoise to be friends with the bearded dragon. So I'm like,
that would be me. I would do
I'm
that.
so, oh really? I'm like, oh my God. And then somehow because I brought all the kids so that my husband could make birthday dinner that night, the little one sees Michael's and wants to go in and get some art supplies. And I'm like, you know what? Art supplies are fine. We'll go in and get. He throws a fit in the middle of the store, sits down, won't leave because I won't get him 5 different art kits. I'm like, you get one. It's just been Christmas. Like, your birthday's coming. Like, no, you're not getting crap for being bad in Petco.
Yeah.
We're going. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this, and then I can't get him out of there unless I buy him something. And I'm like, trying to like, do I pick up a 9-year-old who's practically my size and drag him out of
Carry him
the? I don't know what to do. I'm like, but then I've kind of created a monster. He's a little bit of a spoiled brat.
No, he's the best. He's
But
so sweet.
we have a few questions we want to ask you
yes.
guys.
All right.
We have a
We have to
fun
do
thing.
our-
Okay.
So these are lightning round questions, and then we have a this or that.
I
for
saw these that you guys sent over, and I don't think I went through and have my answers.
Good. It's
so.
more
Oh, don't worry
fun.
about
Well,
it.
yeah, but I might struggle with these.
You sent them
questions.
to me, and I did
It doesn't have to be that rapid fire.
She
You
did her
it?
homework.
I didn't.
I'm a
I
good
didn't do
student.
the homework.
Well, how about you answer the ones you can and you answer the others?
Yeah. All
Wanna
right.
do that.
All right.
All right. So, what shows are listed under your continue to watch in the Netflix queue?
So this is when I was like, does it have to be Netflix or is it just? Oh, okay.
Anything.
That's what I said. I said no. These are
Okay, so for me, I'm watching Just Like That, the spinoff of Sex and the City.
Okay.
Totally disappointed by it.
Oh.
What else are we watching? Atlanta Crossing.
Yeah, there's a PBS show, Atlantic Crossing, that we
I don't know
like.
if you guys, we're big PBS fans.
Yeah.
I always have Golden Girls, Designing Women, Reba queued up. Always, because I just watch them over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, Golden Palace just came out on Hulu, which
We watched it
last night on your recommendation.
Oh, did
you
you?
did?
I've only watched the first 3 episodes so far. It just doesn't have the same.
It's crazy. It's a little crazy. Don Cheadle is so young.
Yeah.
And Cheech Marin is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they don't utilize them properly.
They don't. They don't. Yeah, it's just, it feels like a different world. What else? We're watching Andy Griffith. We watch Andy Griffith.
Oh, my husband loves that as a
Yeah.
show for our kids, actually.
Yeah.
The time when kids didn't talk back to adults on TV.
Right.
Simple
Yeah,
time.
Opie's the perfect kid.
Yeah.
Just to circle back to Timeless really quick, the thing that I've had so many people reach out to me because like people, follow or his fans come to me because I actually, I think I'm more approachable than you. But
Well, you're the entry point.
Well, you're a lot more active.
I am.
On social media.
I answer everybody. And I mean, like daily, I have people coming to me saying, like, this is the one show that I could watch with my kids because I feel like it was a history lesson.
Yes.
I get a lot of teachers saying that
My
they actually
That's
teach
a
it.
great.
I mean,
My
I
use
just
it to
learned about the
teach.
Hindenburg from it. Like, there's so many
Yeah.
things I learned about it that I had no idea.
My mom would call me, or like my dad, my mom for sure, like almost every episode, and go like, "So I googled it, and this is real." And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
We had
did
a
lot of
historian
Googling.
in the writing room with the writer's room. So
Yeah.
they made sure everything was
bet.
historical. But my cousin is a history teacher in teeny tiny Copper Hill, Tennessee. And was it Monday or Tuesday? It was Monday nights. Every Monday night, the assignment to her class was to go home, watch Timeless, and the next day the class would discuss the episode.
To
She
see
was a high
the
school
last
teacher.
of appointment television. Like, I remember doing that. Like, if you didn't watch Cosby Show, what did you talk about on Friday morning? Like,
Right.
that's what you
like
had to talk
TGIF.
about. You didn't have a million TV shows, a million content, a million different, networks to turn to. So
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah, TGIF. That was my heyday.
Yeah.
Okay, a book that's been on your nightstand too long, like you haven't finished reading it.
Well, I listen to books occasionally. I tend to listen to Michael Crichton stuff. So I've had Congo in my Audible like for a very long time.
Yeah, you
So
have.
I'm listening to Congo right now.
You'll have to teach me how to use Audible. I'm having so much trouble with it.
Oh, it's pretty. Yeah,
So
it's
I
easy.
actually use Libby, which uses your library card, and then you get to listen to audiobooks for free through your library card. So that's what I use.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but if there's a long wait,
So
then
now
I'll
I have
go
to
to
find.
Audible.
I'm new to Nashville, so now I got to find a library. I
We're
get a
gonna
library
get you a
card.
library card.
For me, I'm reading the Bridgerton series.
Oh,
I loved Bridgerton. I've watched it.
it's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's just it's a snack for your eyes.
Yes.
Like it's
Yeah.
just so bright and colorful.
well, the way they did that, the production design with the wardrobe design, the way they the families are color coded.
so that's how it is in the book.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Snack is a good word to describe Bridgerton.
yeah, yes. Like Penelope, the Featheringtons, their color's yellow.
Yes.
So they talk about that a lot in the
Okay.
book.
Oh, I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
from the book. That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right, what's your go-to podcast for long commutes?
Mine is You Must Remember This. It's an old Hollywood podcast.
Okay.
That dives into behind the scenes of stuff that you just didn't know about various actors or actresses from the golden era.
Oh,
and we
so
really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting.
I mentioned it earlier. It's called The History of the 90s. And every episode is a different like big 90s event or cultural thing or shift or whatever. I listen to that a lot. I recently did a road trip to the Boston area. I went to Salem and all that. So I listened to way too many episodes of not for me, but what people would consider a boring historical podcast. It's called The History of America. And it's just literally like pilgrim history. And I liked it.
I love historical. I love
hours.
For podcasts, I love that stuff. If you haven't heard Noble Bloods, as I've said,
No, I haven't.
one of my favorites. You guys
All right.
love that.
Okay.
What is a show that you watch only to have something to talk about with other people?
Well, White Lotus started that way because everybody, and Ted Lasso, honestly, but we love Ted Lasso now.
Oh,
I love Ted
Who doesn't love
Lasso.
Ted Lasso?
Well, right.
I think it'd be hard pressed to find someone who doesn't like
Yeah.
it.
It just
Yeah.
makes you happy.
So
Yeah.
wholesome.
There's one episode
Yeah.
that I didn't like. It was in
beard?
season 2. Yeah, the beard. I
beard.
didn't like that.
Do
I
you know
liked
why?
the beard. I
I
didn't like
love
the
one
one
after it. Funny
You
enough.
did when he went on his whole
The
trip?
beard.
It felt too
I just
trippy
thought
to me.
Yeah.
it was trippy,
Yeah.
but I felt like they were telling a side of the story that there was no way to tell without doing that. Like to help you understand beards.
I just
bizarreness.
figured that there was a lot
You
of people
needed
out
to
with
see that.
COVID, and that's who they had.
So, no.
It
So
could
I
be.
I
It
do.
could
I have
be.
a story about it. I read that the execs wanted like 3 or 4 additional episodes.
Oh, that's right.
They
I
had
forgot
not
you said
planned on like
Oh,
what,
yeah.
12 episodes or whatever. They had planned on like 8 or 10 or something.
Well, they
And-
also only have to pay like one actor if he's in it.
True. Yeah. But from what I understand, that episode was a total like,
Just throw it in there.
let's write it.
It felt like a
shoot
spin-off. I actually thought they were going
did.
for a spin-off.
It did feel
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
And maybe that will be, maybe in the future that will be,
Maybe.
especially if like some of the other actors don't want to come back.
I did that though with Girls. I feel like.
Oh, just watched it to.
Yeah, because everybody was talking about it at the time. Because I watched it live every week when it was on, and you didn't like that at all, but I did. I enjoyed it.
We have not succumbed to the Squid Game peer pressure.
Can't do it.
Oh,
I
only my
can't.
13-year-old made me watch it with my 9-year-old,
Really?
which was not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend that for children.
You know, like there's a lot of
it was
anxiety
interesting.
in this world already. And I
Yeah.
feel like neither of us need.
It's interesting. It was very much like Saw to me.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
no.
I don't
which-
see.
nope.
I don't do horror
Nope,
either.
that'd
Yeah.
be like
But
the,
it's smart. It was
what's
smart.
the horror
Okay.
show that was down in New Orleans forever?
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Still going on.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't need that in my life.
I know.
No.
I watched a little bit of that. Each season is so different.
I would have nightmares from Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. So the White Walkers would give me
Loved Game of
nightmares.
Thrones,
We
though.
did too.
That was one I started
Love it.
watching.
I
because
never
people were
watched it
talking about
because
Yeah.
of that.
I'm making her watch it.
It's so
It's
good.
not
They don't
even-
come until later. You need to watch it.
And they're not
so
scary.
good. It's
No,
not
it's-
scary, but
Everyone
it still
says that
gave
to
me
me
nightmares.
until I start texting him at 3 a.m. like, this is all your fault.
They're actually
Yeah.
luckily it was pretty light. Like that was the one thing about Game of Thrones that kind of threw me. Was I
Except
was-
for the
I
Red
was worried.
Wedding.
Well, yeah, no. I mean the walkers, the White Walkers. What were they called?
Yeah.
I was afraid they were going to be really heavy, and there were certain episodes where they were a little bit,
Yeah.
but then there was certain. It's sort of
Those are the ones that got me.
yeah. It didn't.
Honestly-
It didn't play out as much as I thought it would.
I mean, I'd be more worried about like the blood and violence
blood and
than I
violence,
would
the
like
heads
the
on a
White
That
pike.
doesn't bother me.
Walkers.
Like
Yeah.
that just doesn't bother me. It's
Right.
it's the mystical things that like you just never know if like a White Walker is going to come up out of the snow and kill you. Like I just don't know. I don't know
you
what's
never
going to
know.
happen.
Here in Nashville.
All right, beauty product you can't live without.
Ooh, under eye gels.
Okay.
Oh, like the patches? I love
I
them.
love those.
great.
I love those. I make him wear them. I love them.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Why
not?
I am not like truly. I'm not like a beauty.
You don't
kind of a-
manscape.
Not
Whatever.
really.
Our new skincare, you actually really like that.
I
brand.
do. But if it's a can't live without,
He's into
I mean,
Korean beauty.
Oh, me too.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little K-pop beauty.
We just worked with a brand called Skin 1004. I always want to say 1004. It's 1004. And quite honestly, it's changed our skin.
I really like the
cool.
way my cologne smells.
That's
There you go.
And Candace
Let
King,
Lava.
when she was on, she talked about how much she loves the Snell secretions, and I know
Oh,
that's
yeah.
all in
Oh,
the
yeah,
KFC
yeah.
stuff.
Yep. That's
yeah,
that's
I've
it.
used some of those masks. Like she'll
the
have
sheet
me do a
masks?
mask.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. What about a movie you feel you should have watched by now, but you haven't?
Oh, there's tons of
Well,
stuff.
Lord of the Rings, I've never seen any of them. Don't even know what it's about.
That's you. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to fix that.
Yeah.
I have to say I'm good friends with Sean Astin, but I haven't seen them either. I know it's terrible.
There's a couple of movies that I feel like people talk about, reference, and like just modern culture, and I'm just like, yeah, I've never seen that. And
I'm gonna
like,
plan
yeah.
a retreat, and I'm gonna take all of you women on it, and I'm gonna make you watch the thing.
I know she wants to do a
I know
binging
you need to
retreat.
see.
I think we need to.
would
Like,
be
cause I've
fun.
never seen like Sundance, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
oh, see, I've seen
She's
that.
never seen that thing you do. See,
But I finally watched
Right?
Tootsie, so I'm proud of myself.
I've never seen Tootsie. I've never.
I just watched it for Mother's Day last year. That was my.
That's on the AFI list.
Oh, it is later on, right? I never got that far. I only got to like 25.
Yeah, they're not, and it keeps getting updated too, which kind of irritates me
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're knocking stuff off
You're like,
and
I'm
putting
not.
new on.
Yeah, you're like, wait, I haven't seen that yet. And you threw Forrest Gump off or something.
Yeah, like Snow White's on there, and that irritates me. I'm just like, that doesn't, to me, belong
probably
on that list.
groundbreaking
It was
for a lot of
groundbreaking because of the animation,
The
at
animation.
the time, but it's just like, eh.
Okay, and your most juicy guilty pleasure?
Real Housewives.
everyone says that.
But mine, I will only watch Beverly Hills and OC, and he will watch Beverly Hills with me.
Oh,
What like? Do I have a guilty pleasure? Like, what would
Awesome.
do you like Britney Spears?
Huh?
No, what he does is he watches stinking YouTube videos every night of Jeeps.
That's not a guilty pleasure.
Jeeps. No, that is.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's borderline guilty pleasure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every night. I
Do
wake
you
up.
have a Jeep?
Two.
You love your Jeeps. Do you soup them up a lot?
No, I won't let him because he
Well-
keeps convincing them that they're for me. You know.
Oh,
I have 5 new wheels being delivered on Friday.
For you.
So-
They're all for you.
they're for
Angela.
you, Angela. Look, how
Happy
sweet.
Valentine's
I don't-
Now you got
I
to give them
don't-
back scratches.
But I don't like the I don't want the Jeep to be like, too big and like
Like you're going off roading
Yeah.
in Cambodia or
that's what
something.
he's going for, and I'm just like,
That's
Do you go off-roading in your Jeep?
So no, you've never been. So Jeep enthusiasts would hate this answer, but
You just like to look like you are.
yeah. It's like
don't wanna get it
I like to pose. No, we haven't yet. I don't know that really interests her going out with me. So I'd have to go out by myself. And
I would be the person that's going to like fall out the door or something.
You just bring my
It would
husband.
happen to me.
You guys go. You guys go off-roading. Or take my 16-year-old who's about to be driving. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Put him behind the wheel.
A lot out there.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, I am really trying to step up my game with my skincare, I have to say.
Me too.
Yeah, I realized I'm starting to age. You know, I was denying it for a while, but I am. And I'm trying to avoid all those things like with needles and lasers and things like that.
And you know who really helps us out with this? And I love my products from Apostrophe Skincare.
I love Apostrophe. It's so easy to use. It's a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to clear up acne and to help with all your skin goals.
Yes, and Apostrophe will connect you with a board-certified dermatologist who will create a personalized treatment plan that is perfectly tailored to your unique skin.
Your skin, not my skin, your skin. Everyone has their own skin. And all you have to do is you go online and you answer this quiz. You go to Apostrophe's online quiz and you answer questions about your skin goals, about your medical history, and you take a few snaps, a few selfies, which we all do all the time. When you know you have a few in there you can share, and you share it with a board-certified dermatologist, and they will send you your treatment in the mail. It's really quick. It's really easy. It's kind of fun.
Yes, and they treat all types of acne, from hormonal acne, facial acne, even chest knee, back knee, and butt knee.
Butt knee. Who's got the butt knee out there? Come on. You got to get some Apostrophe for your butt knee.
They treat breakouts from head to toe.
You know, when I got my box, when I got my Apostrophe in the mail, I love that there were little stickers in it. So my treatment plan is at night. So I put a little sticker on the top that says PM. So I never forget that that's my PM routine.
That's so smart.
Isn't that cute?
Mine just has cute little stickers all over it because it's
Because you had to.
I could.
You had to
They
bedazzle
send you
it.
these great things. I love it.
So to get on board with your skincare goals, we have a special deal for our audience. Okay, you can save $15 off your first visit with an Apostrophe provider at apostrophe.com/WWB. It's a lot of letters. I'm going to help you out here. It's Apostrophe, APOSTROPHE.com/WWB, like What Women Binge.
So to get started, go to apostrophe.com/WWB and click begin visit. Then use our code WWB at sign up and you'll get your first visit for only $5. That's apostrophe APOSTROPHE.com/WWB and use that code WWB to get your dermatologist crafted treatment plan for only $5. Thank you, Apostrophe, for sponsoring What Women Binge.
So does anybody out there not want to look and feel younger? I mean, I do. Do you, Amanda? Do you want to look and feel younger, or
of course
do you
I
want to
do.
look and feel older?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm over that stage of life.
I mean, I want to be older and wiser.
let's age backwards.
But I want to age backwards. You know what the key is?
I have a feeling it's collagen.
It's collagen. Collagen is the key, because did you know by the time we hit middle age, our bodies produce less than half the collagen they did when we were in our 20s? And collagen makes up our skin, hair, joints, nails, bones, like everything. And that's why people start to look old, because skin starts to sag. We get wrinkles, our hair gets thinner, joints get stiff. It takes a lot longer to recover from exercising, as I'm noticing.
I'm there with you. And our modern diets aren't helping either. As we age, it would take all day to cook and eat right just to properly nourish our bodies enough to create the collagen we need.
And that's why I love BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen Protein Powders, because they ensure that my body is getting what it needs every day to help me rebuild my collagen so I can look and feel my best.
And BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen Proteins provide you with 5 types of collagen needed to support the entire anti-aging process, plus essential amino acids to make it a complete protein.
It's a complete protein. You know, many other brands on the market only use 1 or 2 types of collagen.
Yep, and it supports healthy skin, hair, nails, bones, and joints.
And it helps support athletic performance, recovery, and active lifestyle.
And also gut health. Let's talk about that. It's easily digestible.
It's taste-free and odorless.
And it doesn't clump.
It doesn't clump.
I
like that.
Clump.
I can't stand getting a clump in my mouth.
Best.
Driving down the street with my shake in the car. It can be mixed with hot or cold beverages. It can be mixed in a soup. There's no artificial color, flavor, preservative, sweetener. It's also
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, your thing.
Woo.
Non-GMO, that's my thing. And it's free of hormone and antibiotics.
Thank goodness. And you need to try it for yourself. Go to biotrust.com/binge, BINGE, to get your special offer of up to 51% off today.
Yeah, you get free shipping on your order and support from personal health and fitness coaches to work with and share their expertise with you. That's biotrust.com/binge, BINGE, to get your special up to 51% off offer. I mean, that's a lot, 51% off. And we want to thank BioTrust for sponsoring this episode of What Women Binge. All right, guys, we're going to do a this or that. So, wine or beer?
Beer.
Neither.
She doesn't drink.
What's your
I don't
go-to?
drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Coke. Can I have?
Yeah,
Not cocaine.
We'll add,
Coke.
we'll add a Coca-Cola in there for you. Housewives or Kardashians?
Housewives.
Pizza or tacos?
Oh, that's horrible. That shouldn't be
Pizza.
in there.
You got to decide.
Tacos.
Really? Okay.
Soft or firm mattress?
Soft. You are right. Go ahead.
Soft.
Soft. We're all about firm mattress. Whatever.
Firm? You think so?
Yes.
Beach or mountains?
Maybe mountains.
No.
With your Jeep?
Yeah.
Then he goes off road.
We had discussed possibly a vacation house, and I was talking about a mountain
Only
house.
after we get a house in 30A.
30. I'll join you with that one. We'll go to Alice Beach. Nespresso or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Yeah, sure. Starbucks.
Country or rock?
Country.
Oh, okay. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Art or sports?
Art.
Sports.
Big Titans fan?
I'm actually not. No,
No?
not at all. No.
Browns.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Born in Ohio.
Big win for those Bulldogs.
He went to UGA.
Roll Tide.
I
Go
know.
Dogs.
I wanted to wear my that's gross. I wanted to wear my Georgia sweatshirt, but
Should
Did
have.
ya?
We're
I
still
know.
celebrating.
Did you? That was a tough loss.
please, I
for
think
my
Alabama's
Chiefs.
gotten a few wins in their pocket.
A few.
got
I know. I
plenty.
did.
They're fine.
When I heard about how little Georgia had won, I was very proud of you guys. So way to go.
That was like a weird backhanded compliment.
I know. You like that? I know. No, my husband
With your crimson
is
outfit
from-
here, by
I
the
know.
way.
I actually
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. But we're big Alabama fans. I grew up in New York. We didn't have football. We didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And we did, but it was like in New Jersey, not actually near New York.
Right.
And growing up with or marrying an Alabama boy, he grew up with. Of course, only in that state, there's only two teams in all of sports. It's Auburn and Alabama.
Sure.
Right.
So when I met him, I didn't understand the whole thing. He didn't even go to that school. He did attend Auburn for a
It's
short
not
while, but
it's not about where you go.
it's not.
It's
It's
about how
family
you're raised.
It's a religion
Yeah.
down
Southeast.
there.
It's big.
Wow.
So yeah, Alabama's a big thing in our house. But it was funny. It's
I'm married into a Bulldogs family, so I
Yeah.
yeah. So were you into sports?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Like her dad didn't watch sports.
I still don't. I gather.
and it's hard for us because she doesn't get it. Like she can't understand why you'd want to sit and watch possibly 2 games in a weekend.
I'm here, right
Which,
here.
3 games.
you know,
I don't understand like watching people do other things. Like I'll go out and do it, but I don't want to watch people do it unless I go to the event. Like if I go to the game or I go to the race or I go to I want to be a part of it. I'm an event girl. I want to be at the event. I don't necessarily want to watch it, but I do like.
I feel that way
have
about
learned
baseball,
football.
especially.
Baseball, like,
It
are you a
takes
baseball fan
very
too?
Yeah, I used to work for the Braves.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
that's
So
awesome.
so
but, like,
here's the thing about baseball that people don't understand is like
It takes so
every
long.
pitch is a strategy. So
but
like
it's
when
such a long game, and there's so many of them.
I know.
Yes.
I know, but once you know the strategy behind literally every pitch, it becomes something's happening all the time.
Well, I guess that's like race car driving for me. My husband always says it's not really a sport unless you get half the cars going the other direction. But I think that I like the ability of like the watching of now that I've raced a little bit, like learning you want to be full throttle at the apex and like keeping the tires straight. And,
To people who are not race fans,
Yeah,
it's like
it just looks like
it's
cars
4
going
left
around.
turns.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Well, I think we could talk to you guys about everything all day long, but unfortunately, we do have to
Yes.
say goodbye.
Thank you
Is
guys
there
for being here.
anything-
Thanks for having us.
Is there anything you guys want to talk about before you leave?
Hello, Gorgeous. Don't forget about Hello
Yes.
Gorgeous,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Check out
she's got your blog,
and your Instagrams.
I follow already.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you.
Big
You're
fan.
sweet. Thank
And
you.
I've been following the whole cast of Timeless for
Aw,
years now.
yeah.
So, and now a fan of yours.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah,
and
it's our pleasure.
Everybody can keep up with your gorgeous family and all the many adventures you guys go on Instagram, right?
Yeah, that's the place.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for being here. Really
Yep,
appreciate
thanks for
it.
having
Thanks
us.
for having us. It was a
Thank you
blast.
guys so
Yes.
much.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for joining us for What Women Binge. You can connect with all of us on your favorite social media platforms. We have at What Women Binge. Amanda.
I'm at Amanda WWB.
I'm at Melissa Joan Hart. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe anywhere you get podcasts. You can find all of our links at whatwomenbinge.com and subscribe on YouTube. Our wonderful theme song was written and produced by my cute husband, Mark Wilkerson. What Women Binge is produced by Laugh-O-Gram Studios, video production by Matt Giesler, and audio by Matt Lott, and production assistant Jennifer Best. What Women Binge is distributed by Podcast Heat. For more information, visit podcastheat.com.